All right, mother bitches, we're live. Bro Show Podcast, episode number 1. We here, bitches.
Yeah. I'm Josh Gallmeyer, speaking for Joshua Fisher and young William, a.k.a. Dayton Flynn. Welcome to the first annual Bro Show Podcast. Nothing serious here. None of us are scholars. We're just here to shoot the shit, get some shit off our chest, and hopefully make something entertaining for y'all.
You guys got to get closer together.
Josh.
One person has to have the headphones to regulate the sound and make sure it's good.
Josh. I got you. So we're sitting out here in the 253, a.k.a. Grizam, Washington. Still? We can't be fucking kissing each other and shit over here.
I think you have to. With tongue, preferably.
Deep in each other's mouths. All right, well, today's a sad day because medical marijuana is bye-bye. I tried to go buy some today, and it wasn't happening.
Green Solutions officially closed down.
Yep. My store's down.
Josh Fisher's officially unemployed.
Go fuck yourself.
Hashtag go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
So I went searching today, and I went to a store. I'm not going to name the store because I might try to get a job there, and I might talk a little shit, too, while I'm at
it. So you're looking to stay in the same industry?
Preferably, because it's my medicine, and I can't use these meds and have what normal people would call, or regular people would call a normal job, I guess, in society. I don't fit inside society anymore.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I feel like a lot of people say they're a square peg in a round hole. I feel like a round peg in a square hole because I work in precision machining where everything is, perpendicular and angular to the tenths of thousandths of an inch.
Yep.
And I feel like a round peg in a fucking square hole. I feel like I've got this creative brain that's not built for crunching numbers. Like it needs to drift and be creative. And that shit is so regimented and laid out and formulaic.
Robotic,
that
mechanical in nature.
Fucking numbs my brain.
Yeah, man, I'm right there with you. I mean, I work with you. I mean, that's where we met. So
we had these same conversations every night at work.
Every night, man. Every night we would have these, listen to Joe Rogan, Duncan Trussell, and talk philosophy and talk
Fighter and the Kid.
Yeah, Fighter and the motherfucking Kid.
So the main reason we started this podcast is because we've been inspired. The main reason we started this podcast, dogs and dogettes, is because we've been inspired by a lot of podcasts that have really give us the inspiration to better our own lives, and we'd like to share a little bit of that with you guys out there.
And to do something besides fucking the same old bullshit. And I'll tell you what, I've had some fucking weird, crazy jobs, and they've been some of the funnest jobs I've ever had. And they're not normal, sit behind a fucking desk in a box job.
No, it's just deployed in the sandbox job.
Not even that. Even in the civilian world, I've had fucking weird jobs. From wind turbines to fucking cornfields.
Wind turbines? You put up windmills and shit?
I did aftermarket climb assists in them, so I'd go in them. Ones that were already done operational, or ones that are being built on new sites, and I'd go in and I'd put in a climb assist that the person hooks onto, and it pulls 100 pounds of their own weight up the ladder, because it's 350 feet.
Up just to the
very top
engine, right?
Yeah, and then the mechanics who are working on them, they're carrying 60 pounds of tools up there. So this helps them get up there. I used to do that and travel all over the fucking place. But even that, so you gotta take a piss test to get the job.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And even though I could be on codeine and they wouldn't care as long as I took it in the evenings, and that's all how I do it, the medical marijuana. But even jobs like that, you still can't do that. So I'm kind of outside the box now.
I did hear about this one company called uvape.club. They sell premium cannabis vaporizers. I don't know if you guys heard about this company.
I've heard about them too. It's a new company.
Very new.
And they're getting ready to go big.
Go real big.
They've already made some sales. They're
Redesigned
selling
the
some-
website.
They're selling some high quality
Very high quality
vaporizers for a very decent price.
Very decent price.
$100 less than you can find retail at most places.
And if you use promo code BROSHOW10, you get 10% off and free shipping.
So technically, Vape Club.
Uvape.club for sure. For sure, get our sponsors right. For sure, get our sponsors right.
Apologies. So this first ever Bro Show is brought to you by
Uvape.club. Check it out, bitches.
And we really
All
appreciate
premium cannabis vaporizers.
We really
and
appreciate
emails.
Uvape.club sponsoring our first ever show. So shout out to Uvape.club.
Bro Show 10 for 10% off and free shipping.
So I went on a fucking journey today looking for some meds because I was about out of oil and flour. So I went to the regular spot that we always go to, and they were tearing down like the wall and everything. When you first walk in, there's that wall.
No shit.
They were taking down that wall, taking it back to what it was whenever they first started renting the place out.
Do you want to say the name of the place?
Well, I mean, Magic Medicine, but
Okay.
They're closed down.
Officially closed doors.
They had the best cannabis around. They competed with Fire Bros. Almost better than Fire Bros, in my opinion. Better than Fire Bros. I'll say that shit right the fuck now.
I love Fire Bros.
I like Fire Bros too, but damn, I'm a
Gold Leaf.
I'm a Magic Medicine fan, bro.
No,
I seen their green crack. Their green crack
was
literally
nuts.
looked like they took nugs and rolled it in cocaine, and it was all fucking resin. You know what I'm saying,
dude? Yeah, it looked ridiculous. So ran down to Graham Collective. No one was even there, so I had to go over to a recreational shop. I get 10% off because I'm a vet, but no patients get any discounts until July 14th. Then the state will send out, on how much they get. I think it's going to be minus the sin tax, which is 37%, which will be nice. But so you seen the product I got, and the flour wasn't very good either. And this was like 29, and the flour was like 29.
So just to be clear, medical is completely shut down in Washington State now.
as of July 1st.
Medical stores, so recreational stores that are open.
That's it. All we got is rec now.
Yeah, they have to go to take a $350 medical course online, and then they can sell to patients and talk about the medical needs. Right now, they can't talk about medical needs whatsoever.
And what is their business like? Are they like a 502 or?
They're a 502, yes.
Okay.
And right now, see, what Washington State did was create an abundance of marijuana producers on the recreational side and not enough retail outlets to actually get that product out. So what they did was they created an excess of supply and really not enough demand as far as how many retail stores were actually open and operational. So what that did was drive prices down. It drove cannabis prices way down in Washington State, making it really hard for growers, small growers, you know what I'm saying?
So
mom and pop type growers to really make good money, man. Unless you shipped it out of state, and now you're talking about Fed time. So in order to make any real decent money as a small guy, you had to break the motherfucking federal law. That's the way they set it up in Washington State, man. That's why a lot of these medical shops and a lot of these medical growers are losing out.
So
big time.
I'm a little ignorant to this.
And medical patients. They say it's a medical patient protection act.
Bullshit.
The fuck out of here.
I'm a little ignorant to this because I quit smoking recently, but it's my understanding that by getting rid of medical and just making it all recreational, what they did was they opened it. They're trying to squeeze out the little guy that's producing quality, organic, non-pesticide marijuana that's better for you, and they're opening it up to these huge corporations that are growing in giant grows and using 250 different kinds of pesticides.
Right.
And then they're condensing that into oil, which also condenses the pesticides, which is creating a bad product for the customer. Am I right?
You're 100% right, because that's exactly what I told you.
One caveat: they do require they do require testing.
I got you.
They require all testing. On the medical side, they didn't. But if you were someone with good morals, you wouldn't buy crap. So they do all the testing for pesticides and all this kind of crap now too.
So there's an allowable amount they let in there. But with medical, you were getting shit with no pesticides, homegrown. People were coming in and selling it.
That depends on the individual that you're buying it from. So, for the most part, we never bought any crap off anybody that came in. You could tell if it's good bud or not.
Would you guys test it for pesticides and whatnot, though?
No. But we didn't have to.
Is there any way but there is a way to do that.
Yeah, but that costs money. And see, the whole thing, so what started on the medical side is people would go and get testing and, oh, that's my buddy. And, oh, I'll bump him up a few percentages on this and down a few on the parts per million and all this kind of crap. So it became like a good old boys club.
Yeah, man.
Which is all fine and good. I mean, if you're going to cut somebody a discount, but don't change the numbers.
But I think it hurts the legalization movement when they open it up to these corporations that have
$100 or $150,000 just to get your license to grow.
So they're closing out the small
and
people.
really, it's not. You can't make any money, man, unless you're growing on a huge scale. Because, I talked to some big time growers, and they have to sell their stuff for $1 to $2 a gram, man.
Cheap as fuck.
Cheap as fuck. And if you do the math, there's like 456 grams in a pound. So I mean, do the math, man. They're only making $500 to $1,000 per pound.
$448.
So after your cost of growing, you're not even breaking
fucked,
even.
Man.
You're
not
even breaking even.
Yeah, unless you ship it out of state. There's a lot of people coming in from New York City, a lot of people coming in from the East Coast.
Which means even though
Midwest,
it's legal, you've got to break the law across state lines to make any money.
Yeah. Washington State has become a cannabis export state.
And Colorado is looking at us
on a black market level. It's become an export state. There's a lot of people coming here to buy their shit and selling it elsewhere.
And the only reason it is that way is because they've set it up in such a way to favor the big growing corporations.
Well, that's mainly because it's still illegal on the federal level, and these other states fucking want it legal. So it's not an international border. You're not getting checked. You can just drive over and drive back. I mean, it's there. It's legal to be there.
Yeah, and if you're a real gangster, you fucking send that bitch to the UPS, dog.
And this is the way I say it. Hey, I think we're doing Oregon a favor by shipping good weed there. Let's get these fucking liberal hippies off heroin and onto some green bud. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Lesser of the two evils.
I mean, yeah, let's focus on heroin and prescription drugs and not fucking weed. It's like most people, no idea, like that you could smoke a bowl and you got to buzz for just a little bit, and then after that you're fine. A couple hours, you get drunk. You ain't gonna be a couple hours.
No, it's not a couple hours, and alcohol is toxic to every tissue in your body.
It's poison. It's straight poison. We're drinking poison.
Yeah, we're all drinking a beer right now.
Let's just put that out there. It's good for your soul, gentlemen. It's good for your soul.
By far, the effects. Marijuana's never killed a person. Never killed one person.
No, the only way
you might
kill
eat
someone
too
from
much
marijuana,
and feel like you're gonna die.
Yeah,
but you'll be fine in a few hours.
You'll definitely feel like you're dead. You definitely feel like you're dead, but you're not dead.
Am I breathing? Am I breathing?
You'll probably feel like you're not in your body anymore because you're probably not. You're probably
but a few hours later, you're gonna be fine. Whereas alcohol,
distant dimension.
You feel like you're invincible. You get behind the wheel and you go kill someone like, say, a Ryan Jimmo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, there you go. Perfect example.
Yeah.
And then he was over anger. It wasn't even like being too drunk. He was just drunk and mad.
Get the fuck out of here. They weren't even drunk?
No, he was. The guy might have been drunk, but it was Jimmo was out by the curb, and the guy was in a big lifted truck. Drove by. They had some words. Put it in reverse and backed up over him, and then fucking took off.
No
I didn't
way.
realize there was an altercation.
Yeah.
I thought Jimmo got hit through an
way.
intersection like what's his name in Florida?
Like the NFL dude? No, yeah.
No. The other MMA guy that got killed in a hit and run.
Oh, right, yeah. And then there was an
Just not a month
NFL
ago.
dude too. They got in it. It was a hit and run.
Oh, that
also.
was a bar fight. He got into it in a bar. Or
No,
something.
that's that Seattle dude. That's a different story too.
Okay.
Whole nother.
Whole nother, yeah.
Yeah, another story too. No, yeah, and like he put it in reverse and backed up on the fucking curb, ran his ass over, and took off.
Oh my
That's
god.
fucked up.
Have you read the charges on that guy?
Yo, you gotta talking to them.
I don't even know if
You guys
they've got him.
Just scoot your chairs together a little bit.
Fuck, we can't get any closer without sitting on each other's laps.
We're fine
No,
when
what you
we
gotta do
lean
is just
in.
sit on each other's dicks.
Sit on my dick.
I'm very tight, very tight. I got a tight and a little bit of a hemorrhoid. So if there's a little blood on your cock after,
It's fucking disgusting.
sorry, I had to go all Brian Callen on that one. They did catch both people involved in the hit and run on Ryan Jimmo. One was 23, one was 21.
Yeah, they're fucked.
Jeez. Can you believe that? Couple fucking 21-year-old fucking kids. Fucking idiots.
Yeah. It's really sad, man. Ryan Jimmo was a really good guy.
He was dope.
He won Ultimate Fighter season 10 or something.
Did he?
I believe he won or was a finalist in one of the earlier seasons of Ultimate Fighter.
I thought he just came on the scene and just started murking motherfuckers.
No. He's a consummate family man, outgoing. His family said he would give the shirt off his back to anybody.
Yeah.
Super outgoing, super helpful, and to see a guy meet his end like that, it just really bothers me, man.
Yeah, he had like a kind of a slightly unorthodox style, like almost kate.
I loved his victory dance. The robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, and that's so over something as dumb as a fucking little argument.
Yes.
And
It's retarded.
alcohol's legal and weed's not.
Right. And
Just another perfect example.
speaking, this is Josh Gallmeyer, 40 as fuck. And speaking from
Hashtag 40 as fuck.
hashtag 40 as fuck, speaking as a guy that has made every dumb fucking mistake in the book, I can tell you that I've done more dumb shit on alcohol than I've ever done on marijuana.
100% for me,
Ever.
too.
I don't think I've ever done anything dumb on marijuana. I just it was extremely unproductive.
Bro, you lost
At
your cell
times.
phone. You lost your cell phone for 2 days the other day, and you thought it was because you were watching some
Listen, man.
Bressics.
Listen.
Some YouTube conspiracy shit.
Yeah. I'm done watching that shit, man.
Fucking
That shit.
Eddie Bravo ended up.
Yo, yeah, that shit gets dark, bro. Start talking about some weird shit.
You'll get
Star
lost.
Wars.
And you can share.
65 million.
You go down
year old
rabbit holes when you
civilizations.
get into that shit.
You can.
You
You
go
can
down
get fucking
deep rabbit
lost.
holes.
Yeah.
It's just fun to think about, man. It's almost like
Oh, no, it is.
reading almost like an adventure novel, or you know what I'm saying, something along those lines, like a sci-fi comic book or some shit.
No, yeah, that's absolutely.
Kind of intertwined with reality. Could be real, could not be real. Ooh,
Yeah. And
which one
depending
is
on
it?
your sources. So back to back to Ryan Jimmo. Anthony Gretschel, age 23, and Jordan Wagner, age 21, were arrested by Edmonton police, who issued charges against Gretschel, including second-degree murder, and charged Wagner with accessory after the fact for murder, because they did not turn themselves in. According to an autopsy, Jimmo was killed as a result of blunt force trauma after he was allegedly run over by a pickup truck in a parking lot at the H2O Lounge in Edmonton. Police said that the two suspects did not know Jimmo, but they were engaged in a verbal argument prior to the incident, and Jimmo was declared dead at a local hospital shortly after the incident. And in addition to the second-degree murder charge, Gressel's been charged with criminal negligence causing death, dangerous operation of a motor vehicle causing death, and failure to stop at a scene and an accident involving death. And both suspects allegedly fled the scene of the crime. Ryan Jimmo was 19-4, and he made his MMA debut in February 2007 when he signed with the UFC in 2012, where he posted a 3-3 record.
The USC?
The UFC, excuse me, until his release in June 2015.
Damn.
Hey, listen to this.
Why was he released?
I think he probably lost 3 in a row, and they probably cut him.
All right.
But until his release in June 2015, in his UFC debut, he he tied the record for the fastest knockout in promotion history at 7 seconds.
I remember that fight. Because that was one of the only fights I've ever seen of him, and it was pretty quick. And then he did that fucking robot dance, and I was like, "Who's this fucking guy?"
You know who has the crazier dance than that is Ben fucking Rothwell. Ben Rothwell has the quirkiest white boy dance. He's got a case of like the white man syndrome. So that was off topic. It's just really sad to hear about these guys. These guys doing positive shit in their life and getting killed by fucking idiots.
It's actually right on topic because they were all drinking, and I bet those fucking 2 kids probably wouldn't have done that if they weren't drunk.
Absolutely,
Maybe,
100%.
but probably not.
Hey, if they were stoned, they probably would have hugged it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they probably wouldn't have fucking been arguing in the first place.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody wants to kill their buzz. Fuck.
No, it's just I'm so
It's sad. We live in a fucking sick world. That's the problem.
yeah.
Like this shit, that kind of action right there is what happens in third world fucking countries, in Africa, where people would fucking just get in verbal arguments. I was in the army with a fucking dude. He was Ugandan, and we deployed, and he came back and everything. He was still in service. I think he even did a second deployment and went home on leave in Africa and got in a verbal argument over land with some dude. The dude fucking came back and fucking killed his ass. Came back and fucking just shot him. And just like, and that's the kind of shit that happens in these third world countries where it's like there's no respect for life.
Yeah.
And like that shit is just happening more and more here. And here's what it is. It's a population thing.
I agree 100%.
It's a numbers game. The more numbers, the more shit's gonna happen. Just period.
I disagree, man. I don't think it's a number thing. I think it's an idiot thing. I think just when two idiots, get together and they get drunk and they decide to fucking start beef with a professional MMA fighter, that happens all the motherfucking time. You know what I'm saying? To say that they didn't know that he was an MMA fighter, two guys in a lifted truck. You know what I'm saying?
They could 100% not known he was an MMA fighter.
Plus, Ryan Jimmo looks like someone that can fuck you
And it
up.
was in Canada, so maybe
That was in
they didn't
Canada?
know who.
Yeah, it was in Canada, yeah.
So they probably known
man.
who he was.
All right, well,
They could have known
two
him.
fucking idiots.
But here's
you
the
never
thing.
know. You
Drunk.
never know.
Back to the point. I
Fuck,
agree
man.
with you, Will Flynn.
Drunk.
That's a pissing match, is what that is, man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's
And
what that
that's
dumb
a
shit
guy
is.
thing. That's a
Yeah.
testosterone thing. But you throw alcohol into that mix, and it's amplified by
And
tenfold.
that kid fucked up, man.
Now,
That-
I agree with you on that, but I also agree that there's way too many fucking people on the planet. And you look at any species on Earth, when there's too many people, the value on human life goes down.
No, I don't think it's a people problem, man. People keep
You're
on saying it's a people
interrupting my
problem.
fucking point.
Go ahead.
So when you get so many people in a certain area, it reaches this like frenzy of like, I got to get mine over yours, and like people start butting heads a lot more. Hey, I lived in Montana for 2 years, a town of 6,000 people. There was hardly any of that shit. Everybody waved to each other. Everybody was nice. You took care of your fucking neighbor.
That's why they say shit about small towns are nicer than big cities.
Yeah.
It's because it's a numbers game.
You
No,
can
it's
walk
not a
through New
numbers
York
game.
and
You
not
can-
fucking know anybody, and everybody's saying fuck off and fuck you and get out of my way, and everybody's in a hurry.
No, it's not. You're wrong. It's actually a socioeconomic problem.
Yo, wrong is a little harsh there.
No, because because this population thing. I keep on hearing this population thing, and it's so anti-human, man. You can look at other cities that are densely populated but are doing it right. Tokyo's one of them. Seoul,
Tokyo
Korea.
is not one of them.
Seoul,
It has
South
the highest
Korea.
suicide rate in the fucking world.
Yeah, but do they get along? Is what we're talking about.
They get along until they go out into the suicide forest and
issue
kill
is a
themselves.
completely different, unrelated issue whatsoever.
Okay,
That's
so it is
that's like a classism type issue.
You could say it's a
No,
cultural
it's a family,
thing.
It's
then.
a cultural thing. It's
It is a
family
cultural,
shame thing.
exactly.
Well,
It's a
the whole
classist
thing
issue.
because especially Japanese, it's very honorable. You don't talk back to your fucking elders.
No.
You don't. You
Mhm.
fucking shut the fuck up. The girls
Yeah.
shut the fuck
Yeah.
up. I mean, like the
Yeah.
guys are in charge. Mom and dad say who you fucking married when you're an adult. Like, I mean, so you could say it's a cultural thing.
It's
And I think it's a
but
breakdown.
what you guys are talking about as far as like densely populated areas, like just being completely fucked up.
Yeah, fuck them.
There's just it's a socioeconomic development and value system issue that's going on in a lot of these inner cities, man. I grew up in the inner city. I seen exactly how it is, and I seen exactly what the problem is.
All right, let me tell
And
you
the
this.
problem is the real problem is A, education, and B, poverty, and and C, the welfare system.
How about
because
the
welfare
breakdown-
system? I mean, it is very good, but I think it's
Feeds into
it's
it.
yeah, it feeds into it.
Can feed into it.
It can
in
feed
certain
into it because it
situations
allows
does.
people
Yeah.
exactly. It allows people to become dependent upon the state, and anytime someone becomes dependent upon the state, they become a lazy fat fuck.
Yes.
Getting free, it's like perfect example: a stray animal.
You become
if you leave
entitled.
food
You
out
feel
for the
like
stray
you
animal,
deserve
Now,
stuff.
don't
it's
get me
going to
wrong.
keep coming back, and
Yes.
it's going to keep
Yes.
coming
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
And even when you
That's
take
why
the
they
food
always
away,
say don't
it's-
feed the bears.
It's going to keep coming back.
Exactly. Now this is coming from someone I was on.
Stop hunting.
I was on unemployment. I'm on unemployment right now, but it's
But you're not a lazy
it's
fuck, Will
necessary.
Flynn.
It's
You're
necessary
hustling.
in some conditions, but there are a lot of people who take advantage
But
of this
listen,
shit.
it's not supposed to
There
be
are
a
a lot of
permanent
people who take
thing.
advantage
It's
of
not
this shit.
supposed to be a permanent thing. It's just supposed to help you get back on your feet. Now let's add another level to it. Over the last 40, 50 years, the breakdown in just the family unit. I think has a big part of that too.
Oh yeah,
People
man.
growing up without positive role models in their life.
Yeah, bro.
Without two parents in their family to teach them what a man should be, what a woman should be, what to look for in a partner, respect, the passing down of knowledge from your grandparents to your parents to you.
Yeah.
That shit is broken down today because
man.
families are split up into all these fragmented groups.
Yeah.
Where you're not getting that knowledge, you're not learning that respect.
100%.
You're not learning how to treat your elders with respect. You're not learning. People look at old people and they automatically dismiss them instead of looking at them and thinking, here's a person that's lived life that I can gain wisdom from.
There's a disconnect. There's a huge disconnect in the family unit, man.
And I think that's a big
and
part
I'm going through a divorce right now, you know what I'm saying? And it's rough. It's rough. It's rough waking up not being able to see your kids every morning. You understand what I'm saying?
It's rough answering the questions, where's mom or where's dad?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I see my kids almost every fucking day. Even though I only have them every other weekend, I see my kids every single day, except for the weekends that I don't have them.
I mean, it's real. I mean, I think back to fucking Aiden and Avery every fucking time I think about that shit. Like,
Aiden and Avery being...
They're the neighbors' kids.
Yes.
And they like, you know...
Do you want to elaborate on that story a little bit for the listeners?
Well, our neighbors, my buddy and my wife's best friend, he was an Army dude, combat
veteran,
engineer. Saw some shit. Pretty sure he had CTE. He lost it and killed.
CTE, probably a little PTSD on top of that.
A lot of stuff. I mean, it's just not PTSD. You know, I'm sure there was CTE and there was PTSD, and then he had childhood issues. So I mean, it's not just like it's, you know, a weighted scale and it's just one block of PTSD
no, not
and
at all.
everything. Yeah, I know. I just want to make that clear because a lot of people
automatically
pin
it on that.
And the news straight pointed out he had PTSD and lost his job at the VA. That was not the only thing going on.
But you knew this guy well, and you saw him fighting every day to keep his family together and try to hold it together.
He hid shit. He hid shit so fucking good.
Right.
So good. I mean...
And he had demons that he couldn't exercise.
And I just think back to those boys, like, you know, fuck, they don't have a mom and dad. Like, where's mommy and where's daddy? They were asking how come daddy didn't have a ceremony like mommy did. That's because his parents aren't out here, so they didn't have a fucking funeral for him.
And how about
his ashes are sitting in the trunk of her parents' car because they don't want to take him into their own house, which they shouldn't even have possession of his ashes because he fucking murdered their daughter.
Right.
So like,
and there were signs leading up to that.
Yeah, kind of like the last week and a half got weird. But,
well, he would say shit like, you told me this story. Hey, should I throw mommy off the cliff or should I throw all of you off the cliff?
That was a hidden thing that was fucking going on. I don't know even how long that the boys were being asked that shit from him. So I don't know. But the last week and a half, looking back, there were signs. And that was just because she had fucking texted my wife saying that she might have to get a job and leaving because he was getting bad. But like with nothing like that and nothing even physical, we thought. I mean, so I just think of, you know, that shit.
Up until that point, he'd not physically hurt her in any way. Or
when they were dating over 10 years ago, that was like the only thing.
But he would do weird shit like maybe stalk her and follow her around.
What'd he do?
Well, he choked her out.
No, what else did he do?
Yeah, he fucking, when they were broke up, he hid in the trunk of her car and fucking rode around with her. And not even her knowing he was there to see if she was cheating on him, but... Like,
so he was paranoid, maybe a little insecure.
That was before they even...
That should have been the red flag, bro.
I know. That was over 10 years ago.
Damn.
And that's a classic domestic violence thing where they say...
That's a classic, this guy's fucking nuts. Get away from him.
How much
That's what that classic is.
How much did she love him and stick by him? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and try
man.
And help
it's
him.
so... Oh, man. It's so...
Only to
it's so
end
sad,
up with that
bro.
is
It's a
the
sad...
reward.
It's an extremely sad situation.
So, like, and that's something I told you before. Like, that's something I think of, you know, because... you know, if me and my wife ever got divorced, it's that same thing you said, and I've said that to you before. Is it's waking up in the morning and your kids, you're not being there. Your kids not being there,
right?
And them not coming home from school to you or whatever. Like them not being there. It's like that's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, like my kids are camping right now with my ex-wife and her new boyfriend, and it's like, man, like, you know, I'm not.
To make you a little nervous, knowing
it
that they're out
does.
there with a guy that you're not.
Well, no, just knowing
vetted.
that, you know, they're out in the wilderness, and I'm supposed to be protecting them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, fuck, man. I hope I don't get a call saying this and this and that. I'm about to go fuck this dude up for not fucking watching my goddamn kid, right? Or some, you know what I'm saying? Some shit like that, you know?
Or get molested like Brian Callen did at camp.
Bro,
Did you guys?
Yes.
that is my number one fear. I have nightmares about
the guy
that.
stroking him off, right?
Did you just listen to it? The new one?
I listened to it a couple months ago, and then he asked his buddy. He had the balls to ask his buddy. He's like, "Hey, the counselor came in
and his
and gave me a hand job."
His buddy
He
was like, "Don't tell anybody."
But he did it to me too.
He sucked my dick.
Yes,
he did. They just talked about this on the Fighter and the Kid podcast.
Yes.
And Brian and Shaw was like, "What?" And Ian McCall was the guest, and Ian McCall's like, "I had no." Shaw was like, "Did you know?" He's like, "I had no idea either."
Yeah,
Just listen to the story. But no, like that. Of course, if that ever happened, you know, like that motherfucker's dead.
He's dead.
And I'm the same way. Like anybody ever touches my fucking daughters or my son, I'm killing them.
bullets through him.
I already told my wife, if somebody runs over my children in the street and my child's dead, I'm going inside getting my pistol and I'm fucking killing them right there in the fucking street. I go so prepared for me to go to jail because I don't care if it's an accident or not.
Yeah, man.
Here's the
Kill my fucking 5-year-old, fucking 6-year-old
They gotta
daughter,
go.
my
Yes.
10-year-old,
They gotta
you're
go.
done.
They
Sorry.
gotta go.
The legal
They gotta
system
go.
is not made to deal with people
You're
like
not,
that.
yeah, they're not going to go away. I mean,
No.
look at these motherfuckers who kill people. Fucking what the, speak of the one fucking, we know one, buddy, fucking straight murdered him, fucking a mother of fucking like triplets.
Your
And
name?
then fucking went to jail for like 4.5 years and got out on good behavior.
I don't know this story.
No, what?
Me and you, we worked with the person.
No. What? Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah.
He's
and
an ex-con for triple murder?
and it's one. Anyways, yeah, like and that person spent like fucking only 6 years in jail. And those
You
are
get more time for rape.
kids, 3 kids growing up without a fucking parent.
You get
Either
more
parents.
time for rape than you do for murder.
It's nuts. It's nuts.
And
You get more time for weed than you do for murder sometimes.
let's go back
That's just
to
a big sack of nuts.
I just like to take a second to commend Josh and his wife on this situation with his neighbor.
Man, you know,
where he
you know the
killed-
crazy
he
thing
killed
about
the
this
wife?
situation?
These
I was dab
kids-
tending when I first seen her. I was dab tending at the lounge, right? That's where me and Josh met. Me and Josh Fisher, not Josh Gallmeyer. Me and Josh Gallmeyer met machining. But she came in, man, and I was like, I told you. I was
She's
like,
a beautiful
I was
girl.
like, damn, who's that? And you're like, that's my neighbor. I'm like, she
Yeah.
married? What the fuck?
Yeah, I told you. I was like, man, yeah, she's hot. She's very
Beautiful, man.
And
She was
si-
fucking beautiful.
Just as hot as she was on the outside, that's as cool as she was on the inside.
See, that's dope.
It was one of those weird
Very
fucking
rare.
chicks like that.
Very
Dayton
rare.
told me the same thing. It
Very
said
rare.
She was just as beautiful on the inside.
Well, she just seemed like a cool person.
But
you know what
I
I'm
just
saying?
want to take the
Hella
time.
cool.
I just want to take the time to commend you and your wife for taking those kids in a time, because this hasn't been said yet, but these children walked in on their parents both dying.
Jesus Christ.
The husband shot his wife and then shot himself, and the kids found them like that.
You know what, man? This just
And
reminds me.
I just want to commend you
it's-
guys on taking in those children and getting
Well,
them out of there.
I went straight into fucking emergency mode, so that's fucking get to the situation, take care of fucking whatever I can take care of. What's not being taken care of, take care of that.
If you can
and-
tell they're lost, let's get those kids away from that as soon as
when
possible.
I went in, when we ran across, everybody was there already, the police and all that stuff, minus her family.
Right.
So like all their, we're working on them, and I was like, "Where the fuck are the kids?" So I just went down the line, her and him, because it's something between them, obviously.
Right.
And then like next is the kids. We're the kids. And nobody was there yet. So I'm like, give me the fucking kids. And they're like, who are you guys? And we told them. So they gave us the kids, the 5-6-year-old boys and a 6-month-old fucking breastfeeding
My
baby
God,
girl.
they're so young they don't even understand what's going on.
We ran across the street with them and come in the house. First thing the 5-year-old says is, "Daddy shot mommy and daddy are dead."
Oh my
And
God.
I'm like, no, buddy, it's okay, it's okay. And I sent him upstairs with my son to play video games, and then he's just spilling stuff out randomly to my
To
fucking
your children.
son. So like, my son was a little screwed up from that shit.
Oh my God, yo.
And I was like, it's fine, buddy. I'm like, just cry. I'm like, it's fine. I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. So like, yeah, and we dealt with that until
I remember when you texted me, man.
Did
I
you
was
go
like,
through
my
the
heart.
fact that
I was like,
it
no
wasn't
way.
their fault that they didn't cause that.
we just got them out of the situation and just had them play video games with Braden. Just keep them busy. That's all. And just keep the baby occupied to where she's not freaking upset or crying.
The baby will never know her parents.
Yeah, I know, man. And she was breastfeeding too. So like, fuck.
It just reminds you of how fucked up this world can be, man, because we lose sight of, like some real shit, man, because, we have a way of Disneyfying shit.
Or,
or
like pop culture just is so hollow. Like
it's like it creates like this illusion of a bubblegum type society. Oh, everything's hunky-dory. Yeah, until you get shot in the fucking face.
Not to quote Fight Club, but advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate to buy shit we don't need. You know what I mean? It's hollow. There's no meaning in it.
Yeah,
the system is set up
empty nonsense and illusions.
Emptiness,
it's fucking bullshit.
And you lose the sense of community and connection to people that we really need to be complete people.
If you guys are hearing that big old pop in the background, we are out in the boondocks. This is Washington motherfucking State.
We
bitches.
are literally about 5 miles away from Joint Base Lewis McChord, where they are always doing gunnery testing and throwing grenades, and not to mention it's 4th of July weekend, so there's probably a little of that going on in the background.
Shout out to Joint Base Lewis McChord.
Jablomi.
That's coming from a vet.
When I got back from my last one, and then I think that's when they were changing the name, and we're all like, what the hell are they talking about, JBLM?
I know.
Yeah.
I seen that shit. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
That's why we call it Jablomi, because it looks...
Oh, I get it.
Stop. You're joking right now, right?
I'm serious.
That just now hit you?
Huh?
Jablomi?
Jablomi.
I grew up out there because I was never in the military myself, but I grew up in a military family. My uncle was in the military. My grandfather was in the Air National Guard, and he used to take us out on a McChord and Camp Murray and Fort Lewis all the time because, he had cred out there. And we loved it, man. Growing up as kids, he would take us to air shows. We go out, he'd let us climb around on tanks. I remember they got in an old Sherman and fired it up one time at a barbecue. And we thought, my brother being, I was 8, my brother was 6. That was the coolest shit in the world for a kid to experience.
Yeah. Go in when you're a little kid and going on a military base and seeing all the vehicles and air shit.
It's fucking incredible.
Is awesome. I went to my oldest brother was in too, and he worked on Apaches. So I went down to Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and went to the hangars and got to check out all the Apaches and shit.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, fucking yeah. I
Those
was like, can I fly in one?
are the fucking those motherfuckers are amazing.
Yeah, man. I was born and raised on a few military bases up until I was 10 years old. And I mean, I tell you guys this before, but every time it's weird, bro. It's like every time I see like military vehicles.
Yeah, that was you, right?
Yeah. It was.
You're like,
it was
Mom and Dad.
I didn't understand
What do
life
people
out,
do
off
of
post.
base?
Yeah, I didn't get it, man. I was like, who? Like these people are like fucking weird. Like they don't live on post. Like how do people live? You know what I'm saying? Like what do you mean? There's no commissary. There's no PX. There's no bowling alley. What the fuck?
They call it the grocery store.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not the PX.
Yeah,
Safeway.
Yeah.
I was
Fred
like,
Meyer.
Yeah, man. And every time I see like a military like convoy going down the fucking I-5, man, it's like a warm feeling. I know it's supposed to be a horrible feeling, but I mean, it's like a warm feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because we're all the same as you. I mean, like literally, like everyone's the fucking same. They're just there having fun.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I used to love fucking riding up and down that fucking shit. Even it was freezing cold, sucked. Cause you had to stand up out of the fucking strikers because we take them out to Yakima and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
did you guys drive them from here to Yakima?
Yeah.
They weren't trailered or on trains or anything?
No, we drove that shit.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
And
How cool is that? How many looks did you get?
How many titties did we see?
Woo! Really?
Yeah, the girls would be like, "Ooh," they'd all be at the windows. They had,
Oh my God.
show the titties. We'd be like,
How many ding dongs did you throw back at them?
show them our titties. Like, yeah.
That had to be cool.
And then we'd
man.
call it up.
Show 'em his
We'd
dick.
call it up because the rear vehicle would
Like,
like,
hey,
hey,
Titties on the left.
They're like, yeah, white Suburban on your left, titties. Where? Left side.
Oh, that's great. So, yeah, I grew up with my grandparents take me out on post all the time. And as I got a little older, when my parents got divorced, I ended up hanging out with gang members, murderers, and thieves. But their family member, they grew up on post. So they would take me out on post then, too. So I hung out on what's known as JBLM now quite a bit. As a young kid with my grandparents.
Yeah,
On
huge,
what,
man.
Lewis?
There's a lot of
Lewis, yeah.
It's one of the largest
And then
military bases in the
as a
United States.
teenager, I would go out there with my friends.
What is?
It's one of the largest.
Okay.
in Washington State.
It's not the.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought you said.
No, I said one of the largest.
No.
What's the largest?
I couldn't even fucking tell you, but I'm going to say it's probably in Texas.
Texas.
Either
What
that
about
or
Quantico or something like that?
Where's that? Fort
yeah,
Hood?
maybe Bragg. Probably Hood's pretty big. I would think it'd be. I would say one.
What about West Point?
Yeah, but I mean, we're talking. Okay, so that is a college. That's not an actual.
That's like officer training type.
Yeah,
shit, right?
I mean, like you look at Fort Lewis. There's actual units here. So
And
they're
they
holding
have-
a bigger footprint, and they've
Yes.
all different units. They've all got different shit.
And they've
Even
got
if they're boots guys, just straight leg, they're gonna have Humvees
right.
because they got to get to where the fuck they're
Oh,
going.
yeah. Oh,
You're
yeah.
not gonna like this walking shit like
No,
they
no,
did in
no.
World War II.
No,
like
no, no.
you know, we're just like no, we're just gonna drive almost all the way there. Then we're gonna get out and then walk in.
And JBLM is they've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of acres of just wilderness where they train. So back to my point, growing up with my grandparents, they would take me out. As a teenager, I would go out with my friends on post. And then as I got out of high school and got into the construction industry, we got a lot of commercial jobs building fences out on Fort Lewis, where we did all the base housing fences, you know, for the not barracks,
Sorry,
but base housing.
Fort Bragg is the biggest.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
North
one
Carolina.
of the ones I named. I figured.
North Carolina.
Not to brag, but
Yep.
Fort Bragg is the
82nd
biggest.
Airborne is there. That's why.
Okay. So I spent a lot of time on post working as well. And always had a lot of respect for those guys out there. The first thing I did when my kids were old enough was I took them out there to the air show because I wanted them to experience the same things I experienced growing up,
Yeah.
you know, because I have nothing but respect for military guys. Those guys get paid shit. They put their fucking lives on the line.
Yeah, man.
And especially nowadays, the last 15, 20 years, people are dying on a daily basis still in a war that nobody even fucking talks about anymore.
Well, it's because it's a war that no one even knows what the hell. I mean, it's just like a fucking mess now, man. It's a huge mess.
Yeah.
It's a fucking mess.
Yeah, it's a fucking mess.
And we got to deal with this shit. You know what I'm saying? We're the ones picking up the bill for this shit. The people, not these motherfuckers sitting in the office making decisions.
On that note, even wars where people didn't disagree with us about going into, like World War II, like all these world wars we were in, and these other wars where not everybody, all the countries are like, thank you, please, thank you, thank you. We are still paying. We're paying for that shit too. Who rebuilt Germany?
Us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they needed us there. I mean, all that kind
France?
of shit. Yeah.
France?
We fucking helped to rebuild
Petty?
that shit.
Yeah.
So not just including
Japan
Iraq
even.
too, but yeah, I mean,
Japan.
that's, hey.
We
And-
made Japan into the economic force they are today.
So, and we're so horrible. I don't know about you, but I mean, fuck you. Fuck are you?
You
If you're
mean
gonna,
Japan?
if you both, I mean, any of those, I tell you
Fuck
what,
you.
if you're fucking being a Nazi and you're trying to take over the world and I blow the fuck out of your country and you're being Japan and you think you're gonna come in and fuck with me while I'm fucking with someone else, and I'm gonna blow your fucking shit up. Why do I have to go and
Hadouken.
rebuild your shit because you punched me first,
Well, here's the thing. So
nigga?
Nigga.
who was so Dwight D. Eisenhower? He was
Yoakum?
the supreme Allied commander over there, correct?
Yeah, I think him and I don't know if Patton was a 5-star or not. I think Eisenhower was the last 5-star general.
Patton kind of got his ass in some trouble, and they used him as a diversion tactic.
Well, that's because Patton didn't give a fuck.
He slapped some people that had what was known as shell shock back then, but
Yeah, hey,
is commonly known as PTSD now.
I gotcha, and I get it, but like that was the only thing wrong with the dude. The dude, he
He
smacked
was
him.
a
Guess what?
fucking go-getter.
Guess what? The guy could see after he got smacked.
Yeah.
So he went back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the whole reason with him is he said, let's go into fucking Russia because he didn't trust the Russians. And, oh, guess what happened? The Cold War happened.
Yeah.
Because we got to remember, the Russians weren't our buddies. They were our enemies straight up. They joined the Germans to take over the fucking world. And then they realized, oh, they're just using us. And then the Germans turned on them. Then they're like, oh, help,
Yes.
help.
Yep.
People don't realize that.
Absolutely.
They were fucking
Yeah.
just as bad as the Germany.
Hitler
The
was in direct
Germans?
communication with Hitler was in direct communication with Stalin. In fact, he asked permission to invade Poland, I believe.
Sure. I wouldn't doubt it.
And then once the Russians realized that this motherfucker's not going to stop, that's when he started. Stalin reached out to the United Kingdom and us, and that's how we became the Allied forces.
All right, hopefully these are facts. This is going up on the internet, gentlemen. So
I'm gonna go with the Michael Rappaport style of shit.
You fucks don't even know shit about history.
Fact checking. This is just us going on memory.
You don't read Wikipedia.
Mine. Hey, I edit that shit. No,
but
I'm a professional Wikipedia editor.
And then look at this. Look at like towards the end of 44 and 45 when it looked like it was pretty clear we were gonna win the war, especially after the Battle of Bastogne. That's when our allies, Russia, the UK, and America, started some infighting and started
just killed a mosquito.
Started working against each other on who was going to divide up what and who was going to get what resources. So we started racing to certain areas, and we started snatching up scientists. Russia started snatching up scientists. The UK started snatching up scientists, and I believe that's what caused the Cold War. Because once we realized that we had defeated the Axis threat, then it was like, okay, those three powers, meaning the UK, the United States, and Russia, started realizing that, okay, we're the three bigwigs now, and we need to grab all the tech we can from these Germans to put ourselves in the best position for the future. And I think the Cold War spawned from that.
Yeah,
would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that, like, I think they realized, they were like, hey, it's over now.
It's time to start dividing this shit up.
Yeah, but I think the Russians were like, look, I think they might realize that, we don't like them and that we were trying to take over shit too.
It was an allegiance of convenience to defeat a common enemy.
Yeah, for them to not get destroyed too.
Like, not that any of the three of those allied powers agreed fundamentally on anything. We just had a common enemy. And after that common enemy was defeated, then we went back. I mean, look,
us in the UK, granted, we fucking gave them the middle finger back in the day.
Right.
4th of July, America. But
America. And this is the 4th of July weekend, so it's a perfect time to talk about this shit.
So besides that, after they fucking were like, all right, we'll let them grow up.
Who grew up?
Us, because, it was like the kid ready to fucking separate from the parents, like, leave me the fuck alone, To
this day, we're teenagers and compared to both those
absolutely.
countries.
So, and I think after that, we were allies by then anyways, especially after World War I, because we jumped in there.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it's so crazy because, like, at first, all this shit wasn't fucking about killing the Jews. World War I, you know what that started about, right?
World War I is when they killed Archduke Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah, assassinated. One of their dudes got assassinated. Yeah. So they were like, what the fuck?
Yep.
So, like, to be honest, I don't even know who assassinated him. Was it the fucking English? Why'd we get in?
No.
That's a conspiracy. The conspiracy is that the English crown actually did it in order to perpetuate the war.
But who assassinated him?
Okay, so it...
I don't know. I think it was blamed on the Germans or Nazi or Hitler. I don't know, man.
Germans.
I don't know. I need to do some research. You guys are talking about some serious shit.
I know.
I got you. And a lot of people to this day, while I'm looking this up, a lot of people
that pizza looks fucking good.
A lot of people to this day believe that there was really only one world war, and there was just a break in the middle.
The fuck?
World War I.
Pretty much.
World War II was a continuation of World War II. World War II was a continuation of World War I. Because Germany felt like they were wronged. They surrendered. That's what brought on the rise of Hitler. He was so sour about the fact that Germany surrendered that he started his own party.
Yeah, and he just used that for his own agenda.
Yes.
But, I'll be honest. I mean, what did they do wrong in the world, fuck. Think about it. If somebody came in and assassinated Barack Obama from another country, Americans would be pissed off. Some wouldn't be as pissed off as others.
Listen,
even the ones that hated him before, they're still going to be a little mad because it was a foreigner, somebody else coming in on their house and taking out, some might not. People are still going to be a little butthurt though. So, like, I mean, you can't blame Germany in World War I for fucking being like, yo, motherfuckers, what are you doing?
Right.
I don't know exactly what the hell all went on leading up to that, but that's as far as I know is that they're fucking like their fucking king, whatever the fuck it was back then, got
Kaiser.
fucking assassinated.
Oh, you're talking about Franz Ferdinand.
And did you know he was supposed to be wearing a bulletproof vest that he just bought? Yeah.
In fact, I think he may have been.
Nope. He didn't wear it that one day.
Okay.
That was one of the few times that he did not wear it, they say.
Huh.
Yeah, bitch.
Fucked.
So
What about this whole Brexit thing? What do you guys think about this?
Franz Ferdinand was killed by a Serbian nationalist from Sarajevo, Bosnia in 1914, and that's what sparked World War I.
So, whoa.
The Brexit.
Serbia, that's Russia.
Wasn't that USSR back then?
Yep.
It could have been part of the Soviet
So
Union.
Or was it even
Germany
USSR back then,
attack-
or was it Prussia or some shit?
Oh, right. It might have been
Yeah.
Russia, even, because that was a
we're
long
talking
time ago.
early
20s.
15s.
15s,
Before that,
teens.
he was killed in 1914, so this is like the early 20s.
So
This
probably
is about
15
102 years ago, gentlemen. Is that the math? Is that
Yeah.
the math on that?
All I gotta say, if you want to know any more about this, is watch Peaky Blinders on Netflix.
All right, Brexit. What do you guys think, man?
I don't know anything about it.
All right, here's the dealio. Look,
My
if
rough
you're... Go ahead. You're going to say your...
my rough knowledge on this is that the Prime Minister of the UK decided to pull out of the European Union, which caused.
Do you not eat these?
I think it was a vote.
you
I think they
Do you not,
voted.
no, do you not eat this?
No, go for it.
I think they
So-
voted, though. They voted.
They voted to pull out of the European Union,
I always vote to pull out.
which caused the Brexit stock market crash.
I just spit on myself.
And then, so it's my understanding that when they voted to pull out of the European Union, that's what caused their market to crash, and the Prime Minister immediately resigned after that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about all I know about it.
Man, that's about all I know as well.
All right, guys, ready to get schooled here?
Hit it, fish.
All right. Essentially, the EU is a socialist club. And I'll explain this to you pretty quick and easy here.
All right, give us your definition of socialism first.
Okay, us three together is like a commune. Us three together, fucking living together, working
So
together.
you're calling socialism communism, basically. Like,
No, it's two different things.
I believe it's two different things too.
No, it is two different things. One's an economic system, and one is, like, think a political party.
Well, they're all sociological. What would you call them? Experiments.
No,
Okay,
one's like capitalism. It's like an economic system. I think
Yes, communism is also
communism is the
an
economic
economic
thing, yeah, and
system
socialism
where
is
the
the
wealth should be divided evenly
political-
amongst everybody.
which
or
is socialism.
Communist. So they're the same thing. It's the
But
same
one's
thing.
the party and one's the actual fuck. Okay.
And one's the actual system.
Okay, so here's the dealio. So what if fucking one day I start slacking? I fucking start slacking, and you two got to start picking up fucking everything, and I don't go back to
And
picking
everybody
up.
gets paid the same. So
yeah.
that's going to create hostility and resentment among the people. So I can sit on my ass all day and get the same wages you guys are getting for busting your ass.
So these guys in Germany who are making these badass fucking products and just selling shit out like the fucking, like nothing. And then you got these other countries like Belgium or some other little fucking country who don't
Just
have all these
fucking smoking weed and slacking all day.
well, and they don't have all this products and shit that outshit and outport and all this
Oh,
stuff.
they don't have the import export business like
They don't have they're not making stuff.
right.
So they got all this
Yet,
money and
under that
values
system,
coming from
they're
Germany.
But you're saying
Their money's worth the same as Germany's money, but they're not throwing anything into the pot.
so that
you see what I'm saying?
and it's getting
Oh, I see what
distributed
you're saying.
evenly.
I see what you're saying.
Greece is fucking. They're
Bankrupt.
exactly,
Fucking gone.
but they're being held up by
The system's
all these
not
other
working.
They're being
countries.
propped
The system's
up by
not
the other
fucking
people.
working.
And they're draining from these other
They're being
countries.
propped
Because I heard
up
5 other countries are talking about pulling out too.
That's so-
France is one of them.
Because these
Francais,
countries
Petty.
that have no product to import or export are being propped up by the rest of the union, and
know what
it's
they
a
need to do?
drain on the ones that are
I
putting
can
in the
solve
work.
this issue right now. I can solve
Exactly.
this fucking issue. How about this? EU legalize marijuana, allow all these motherfuckers start growing bitches. It looks problem solved. Done. Case closed. Pop.
So I say, more power to them. But I don't think anybody should. Okay, don't trade with them. No, don't stop trading with everybody. Everybody should trade with everybody because it's good for everybody.
I think if you break it down even simpler than that, you've got lazy people and motivated people. And when motivated people are doing the work of the lazy people and the lazy people are getting the same wages, that creates discontentment among the population. And that as an ideal cannot fucking work.
Or it's like I make this over here. but you don't, or you even can't. So I'm have this extra income, and I'm throwing in the pot for everyone.
So what incentive does that give you to continue to do what you're doing?
So that's why I think they're fine. Let them. I mean, I think everybody should be working together and everyone should get along in the whole world.
Yeah.
But like, I mean,
But there's a certain
Greece
amount
needs
of
Greece needs to
shitheads
get
out there that will just fucking leech off the tit of the people doing the work.
You guys are talking about you guys are talking about the same thing with two different things at the same time.
No, it's the same thing.
But you get it, right?
I get it. I can dig it.
Because like, one country's not making anything, so they're not throwing any more value into the pot.
union doesn't. Yeah, the union's not working.
And then look at Greece. I mean, holy fuck me running. Like, geez, how
They're
are they
barely hanging on.
They need to export some of them women.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, they're not doing enough yogurt, so they need.
I'm playing.
Olive oil's not cutting it,
playing.
bitches.
I almost had myself a Greek chick in Germany once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How hot was she? And how big was her nose?
She wasn't as hot as I was hoping.
Smaller, bigger than mine.
But she was covered in tats and she had a couple piercings and shit, so she was out one of those. Yeah.
And I bet she was oily as shit.
She
so
didn't
you
give
could
me
slip
oily.
right into that
Oily.
shit.
All right, listen.
Bitch is oily.
Listen, this
Fuck,
bitch.
got it oily. Why is
All
she
that
oily?
olive oil, baby. You can slide right in.
God, yo.
Hey, listen, this bitch, when she wasn't gonna put out, didn't want nothing like that with me at all. And then we're at the fucking club, and I'm all fucking lit and dancing. I jump up on the little stage and tear my shirt off and start dancing around this pole. And then
She was like,
and then the security guy comes up and
guts.
he's like, and I'm like, oh, my shirt. Yep, I got it. And I put my shirt back on, and some little cute blonde German girl runs up to me, puts her hand on my chest. It says something in German, and runs off.
send him more Arabic.
And I know. She's like,
But you've got the fine Dickensy slogan.
she's like,
Slipping
ich
me
mit
the
dir
Dickensy
schlafen.
slogan.
And I was like, what? She took off running. Then that Greek chick was all like, and then she comes fucking running
Because
up and all that.
she
that
got jealous.
improves your stock.
Yeah. Well, we're back at their place, and like she wasn't putting out, and I was wasted as fuck, and she just wouldn't. I kept rolling over, and
Are we
she
talking
wouldn't.
about the Greek chick?
Yeah, and
She on a period? Is that-
I
is
don't
that time
know,
of
but
Even
my
with
buddy,
that with the olive oil, you can slide in even easier.
right in her butt.
but my buddy and his girl were up in the loft, so they could hear everything, and I'm all wasted, and I was like, "Stop saying no."
No means
And
yes.
my buddy's
No
like,
means yes.
"Oh my god!" Like, I'm gonna have to go down there here in a second.
In the words of Daniel Tosh, if no meant no, nobody would ever get laid. No means
man.
work on the titties, kiss the neck, try back in 5 minutes.
That's horrible.
I ended up just going to sleep, waking up in the morning. I apologize for the night. It's like, sorry.
All right.
But that's what I think about Brexit.
No, you're right. I heard
I mean,
I heard that
because
opinion as well, or that situation. I watched a video
Greek,
today about
Greek
that.
chicks won't put out because of Brexit.
No. It's just the whole union thing.
they didn't know what my stock was
collapsing.
worth
It's
yet.
falling apart.
Yeah.
Hey, Rogan talks about this all the time. People weren't meant to live in a global community, man. We're not meant to live in a one world government with one currency. We're tribal by nature, and we're meant to live, in tribes. We're not. There's no fucking possible way you can get all these different groups and cultures
Well, it's
and
culture.
personalities
It's culture, really.
to work together as a planet.
Well, you can. It's just going to take time, I think they're trying to expedite the process, but it just takes. It takes
I think
time.
there's
man.
always going to be people that are going to take advantage of the situation and milk the system and take more than belongs to them. They're not going to distribute it equally under that system.
You can't be. It's super hard to be individuals in that type of situation. I mean, you look at all these things, and like in the future, and everyone is working in harmony.
Yeah.
They're all wearing the same type of outfits. I mean,
That's straight out of George Orwell, 1984. You're wearing the same uniform.
You're plugging the
getting up-
sockets.
While you're
Yeah.
while you're
wearing
following the
chastity
rules of
belts
elected
with
officials,
triple
who,
lockets.
you're following the rules of elected officials who aren't from your home country, and that's where the issue lies.
That's the fucking problem,
That's
because
where the huge issue. 'Cause
cultural
You're talking
issues.
about one deciding ruling body who controls the laws for the entire land.
Which-
That's dangerous.
It is dangerous.
It's very
because
dangerous.
With different beliefs.
Josh might be able to
Hugely
speak to
different
this
beliefs.
more because, I'm just a straight up fucking American. I've never been out of the country. So I think like an American. But there are cultures and civilizations and countries out there that are so far fucking different from us. They don't have the same mentality. Look at Afghanistan.
Japan. Like I said, was just earlier from before.
I don't even think you have to go to another
culture.
country to see that. You just got to go to
Even here.
downtown Seattle to see that shit.
Even here.
Well,
You know
I was
what I'm
going to
saying?
say within a culture itself, it's hard to get everyone,
Yes.
especially in a culture like ours where we breed individualism.
Yeah, because
Yo,
there's so
even-
many. We're a culture of many cultures.
Even
Exactly.
city-
We're a melting pot.
Yeah.
We are the
Even
melting pot of the
small
world.
Right,
City
right.
politics, you can't get people to agree.
Yeah.
Try
yeah.
doing that on a fucking global
Yeah.
scale. I think it's
Well,
a fucking
I mean, like in
futile
Japan,
act.
it's not a culture of individuals. It's not a melting pot. It's like they have a certain stuff. Like so, they will pretty much stay steady on a course,
Yes.
of what they're doing, and
Yes.
they'll change little bits here and there, but like they
Fucking
all
anime
pretty
dolls.
much agree and shit. Like look at Saudi Arabia and like they fucking like their shit towards women and shit, but still fucking.
And they're supposedly
God,
one
those
of
Saudi
our biggest
women, man, those-
allies,
yo,
while
those Middle Eastern-
simultaneously being the biggest export of terrorism.
Those Middle Eastern women, man, they're so fucking beautiful. It's a shame.
Hey, but back
It's a
to
shame
those
they cover
fucking
them up.
anime dolls. Some of those sex dolls are hot as I would buy one of those.
I seen one.
Had it under my bed.
I seen
and
one that I
I'd
contemplated
fuck the
fucking.
shit out of that thing.
I seen one. I was sourcing some fucking
Bro, you
want to
go halvesies on it?
No, I'm not gonna fucking go halvesies on a
We can
goddamn
put her in the
fuck doll.
dishwasher, bro. Are
I'm
you
not gonna
kidding me?
fuck the same
get the
fuck
front,
doll
I get
as
the
you.
back.
What the fuck?
Don't cross the line.
Never, ever am I going to buy a fuck doll.
No, yeah.
Hey,
Never.
You understand I was joking, right?
I will. You know what I will buy
Because
though?
you made it sound like I really wanted to buy that, and I don't want people to believe that.
Okay.
I could never fucking inanimate object.
Likewise.
So yeah, it's so
Like,
creepy,
That's
man.
the weird thing. I've never have. I've thought about it. I even thought about ordering those eggs. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I
Yeah.
thought about
Yeah,
buying one
I
of
was
those
like,
fucking
yeah.
flesh.
No,
She's
I
like,
would do
no,
a
it's like,
fleshlight.
yeah.
I would do a
I thought about
fleshlight.
buying
I would
a
do one.
fleshlight.
I would, yeah.
And Nikki Ben's fleshlight.
I was thinking
Name drop.
Asa Akira.
I don't give a
You
fuck.
ship that to the bro show.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, but no, like that's one thing. I don't know. That's a little weird for me.
Yeah, the fuck doll's weird, but it's
Weird.
creepy.
I'm just so
But I
comfortable
seen one-
with my own left and right hand.
I
I seen one that just looked.
It's crazy.
it looked-
Like don't think I'm like look at that. Fuck that. No, I wouldn't.
That's how it was. I'm like, ooh, shit. That looks. Should I fuck?
Damn, she's hot.
Damn.
Listen, I'm not paying
If that was, I
five.
don't know. If that was the right situation, I might fuck that
I'm
shit.
not paying $5,000. I'm not paying $5,000 for a fuck doll when I can go to Ponders and get a fucking hand job at a rub and tug shop
Yeah.
for $20.
Yeah, man.
Where's this establishment?
Hit south to come away. Go
Yeah, there's
go
a
up
bunch of
512.
them.
Hit
Every other
south to
block.
come away and hang a left.
Say Ponders.
Pond out by Tillicum over there. Right before you get to Joint Base Lewis McCord, they got a bunch of those rub and tug shops over there.
Oh, the
like
fucking
every
ginseng
block, man.
spa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
over by June's fucking head shop. I don't even know if that place is still there.
Yeah, that. Whenever I first got out here, they give you a no go list of like fucking places you can't go,
Mm-hmm.
and there's several of massage parlors on there.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, and then a couple clubs too where people do drugs and shit. Of course, when you're new and then you're like, oh, okay, but people don't fucking care as long as you don't do dumb shit. You
Well,
know?
the main thing is just don't get caught doing some fucking ridiculous, right?
Yeah, fucking don't be dumb.
Don't get in fights. Don't do anything that will disgrace your unit or your, that'll draw attention to a military person doing something they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, like, dude, when I was in Germany, I mean, there's fucking fights at the bar every fucking weekend, pretty much. And it just fucking happened. Just, I don't know, between units and shit. And it was just
Whoa.
dumb and
Fights
shit.
between different military units.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't like,
It's like
it wasn't American on German.
No. It
It was
our
American
units,
on American.
Our unit's tougher than your unit type shit.
Yeah, it's like, who
Or,
are these
hey,
fucking guys?
Hey, we stake claim. We stake
Who
claim
are
to
these
these ladies
fucking guys
first.
over here?
Yeah, this fucking guy.
Fuck you.
That's funny how people in infantry, man. My buddy, like two of my buddies who are
It was
also
two different infantry units, too.
yeah.
in the same unit.
Fucking infantry.
Force on force.
Yeah.
It was training.
And that's usually what it is. Dude, I had fucking one of the guys. There was a dude that used to be my soldier. He wasn't my soldier when this happened. But he had, there was some guys in another unit who beat the shit out of him and another dude with one of those collapsible fucking batons.
Oh my God.
And put him in the fucking, one dude was in the hospital.
You fucking kill somebody with one
My
of those
dude,
things.
my
Hell
dude had
yeah.
a fucking duck lip, big old fucking duck lip, and his face was swollen a little bit. But the other dude almost, he didn't have to have facial reconstruction, but fuck, he looked like he was going to. His face was beat the fuck up.
Oh my God. Excuse me for a moment. I got to deal with these children.
Yep. I heard that Madden song in there. I can't feel my face when I'm.
Yeah. Yo, you should let me get a dab though. Let me try some of that shit. I'll hook you up with the little dab of I only have like maybe 2 dabs left
You're
of
fine, homo.
the fucking pink shatter, the pink haze
I'm gonna get
from
some
Magic
tomorrow.
Medicine, the best. Are you going to that
Oh,
barbecue
I was
on
gonna
Sunday?
tell. Yeah, I'll probably stop by there. I was gonna tell you should text Colin. Text
Colin?
text him and tell him that Graham wasn't open today. Because I told him I was gonna let him know, but I didn't.
Colin McLeod from the Clan McLeod.
From the clown.
McLeod McLeod. Born in the year 1452. The Highlands of Scotland. Scotland.
Scotland.
I said Colin it was Connor McLeod. Connor McLeod.
Oh yeah.
I just want to say this. I really enjoy having these conversations with you guys.
Yeah, even if they're not 100% historically correct.
Have you guys ever listened to the In Stereo Michael Rappaport podcast?
No, but I did watch him on The Fighter and the Kid, and it was,
Oh my
he was
God,
hilarious.
he's fucking funny, isn't he? So here's the thing he does on his podcast. He's like, fuck fact checking. We got no computers. We're just going off. We're just going to sit here and talk. And I kind of like that, you know? It's a little bit more free form. I kind of like that. Do you want to kill the rest of this?
You can leave it out here. Sure, I will. That's recreational right there. And that's
Jesus.
like, that's not the cheapest, but it's close to, like, I mean,
Do you think you can load up like a little girl dab for me?
here, just clear this. You're good?
No, that was nothing. That's probably good enough. Give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes alone. Sorry, Anselmo.
That was from a rec store?
Yeah.
Jesus.
You tell it's not as good.
Are you having a hard time coming up with sources now for that?
Oh, fuck, I freaked out today. I didn't know what the fuck. I started freaking out yesterday, too.
What about Seattle still? Can you still get in Seattle?
It's all wrecked.
Did you get my text message today?
I know where you can get some from.
Did you get my text message
I'll
today?
let you know after this shit.
About oil hookups?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
I got.
I didn't get neither of you guys' text. Do you guys?
Yeah, I
you
text
sent me
you
a text
again, too.
Yeah.
I got a really close friend.
Check your phone, bitch.
NSA's after me, brothers. I've been watching too much space war
Fuck
shit.
yeah. Oh my God. I didn't take a picture
Aliens,
of this fucking
reptilians.
truck.
Grays.
Dude, I went out to
Giants.
fucking LB Washington.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Because I got a buddy that's looking.
What does he want? My bad. We can edit this shit out.
All right.
Why?
I know.
Man, fuck editing.
Nah, because this is just some shit that just shouldn't be, you know.
You know
Shouldn't be
LB
what?
Washington
Yeah,
on the fucking
that's where I go
recorded
shooting
on
all
the
the time.
on the
I
internet.
mean, allegedly. Give me a
Um,
couple of weeks and then it'll be. Oh,
there's a
we'll
truck.
leak that out
Yo, we
for
got
sure.
airsoft
I think
guns.
it's
They're the
in-
same ones that are on Instagram. Remember? The
Yeah,
fucking-
BB guns, airsoft guns.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
So I think it's in Eatonville actually. There's a fucking pickup truck, like an old Ford fucking extended cab truck, painted up. Planet Nibiru. All over YouTube.
What?
The sun, there's 2 suns setting every day. Blah, 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 blah. This entire truck painted the fuck up. I was like, holy fuck, I need to get a picture of this fucking truck.
Did you get one?
Did you get one?
No.
Did you talk to him?
Where that was in?
I was
Elby?
driving. I think it was
He's
in
trying to warn
Eatonville.
people.
Eatonville, and
You
it's
should-
parked.
Dude.
That guy looks
parked
crazy,
out
but you
on
should commend
display.
that man. I
I
know he
don't-
looks crazy, but you should commend that
was
man
gonna-
because
dude, I was
he's trying to save people. That's his intention. Whether or not it's true, who the fuck really knows, man? But except astronomers and people who live south of the equator, because they can allegedly see it, we can't.
Well,
So,
I'll tell you what, I see lens flare all the time.
Are you so you got a lot of free time now? Would you like to come up to LB on Monday?
What's today? Oh, I don't know about Monday. I don't know. Like, I still think I'm on the regular schedule. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You got to get with me. I got to mow my
We're
lawn
gonna go
tomorrow.
do a little hiking and a little.
All right.
I got that. I got some stuff to dial in. There's beautiful hiking spots up there. Nice box canyon for a good background for airsoft guns.
But that truck.
That's on the way. I go through Eden.
Yeah, that truck, dude. I don't know. It was like I stopped at a stop sign and it was parked in the street right beside me at a bar.
Oh shit! And you turn over and just happen to glance it.
I was like, what the fuck's up? What's this truck? And I started reading this shit and like Planet Nibiru and like Two Suns Setting every day. It's all over YouTube and blah blah blah. Like, and it's all painted in like yellow and blue, like hand painted on there. And I was like, fuck. It's like I need to.
You know what that reminds me of? Have you seen that movie 2012 with John Cusack?
Uh-huh.
And Woody Harrelson plays the crackpot. Like
He's the guy on the radio in Yellowstone.
he's the Alex Jones that knows all the real shit, but nobody believes him.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great.
Man, I hope that shit doesn't happen.
I do too.
I've been looking into it, and it's scary. It's some scary shit because it means that everything, if this does happen, worst case scenario, and this pole shift happens,
We're all done.
everything west of the mountains is going to be completely underwater.
I've got a question about the pole shift.
And the entire East Coast, all the way up into the Mississippi, is going to be underwater.
Maybe you guys
I shift my poles every night.
I switch hit on both hands. I switch my poles. Okay, but does a pole shift mean just the magnetic pole shifts or the whole motherfucking planet flips
Magnetic.
upside down?
No, magnetic.
Okay, so like we're not going to be on the bottom of the
No.
whole Earth.
It doesn't
actually
physically.
rotate.
No, it doesn't
No,
physically. The
okay.
energy
No,
field
the
does, but
magnetic
it.
pole-
No, it
Bullshit.
does. You're done. I thought that too. This other guy, he broke down. This fucking geologist broke it down, bro.
Hey, we watched
and it
a
scared
fake-
the shit
Well,
out of
that's
me.
got to be a different take on it because it's like the
We
whole
watched
planet
a
doesn't just do
Canadian-
this.
Well, here, this is the way he explained it. He says
The magnetic
he
field
says-
changes and then the poles magnetically
No.
push away from those.
No, this is what happens. This is what happens.
Because if the whole
All right,
fucking
look.
planet flips over, then it doesn't matter what we're doing.
No.
we're all done for.
Yeah, well, this is
We'll be the new Australia.
this is the way he this is the way he explains it. Are you guys gonna fucking listen? All right.
Okay, first of all, before you say this,
If Talkie McGee would shut the fuck up.
first of all, I just want to say we watched a Canadian guy pretend to be a British guy with a pint of Guinness
Yeah.
talking about some shit today.
No, he was a
He
comedian.
totally honey dicked us.
Gavin something. He was a comedian. Henry McGavin or some shit like that.
All right, Talkie McGee, shutting the fuck up. Spill it.
Well, this guy says it's like what's going to happen is there's this planet X, right? That's alleged. That's
Now is that the
huge.
10? Is that okay? Now let's get some clarification. Is Planet Nibiru the 10th planet and Planet X all the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay, but Planet Nibiru, Nibiru.
Nibiru.
Cheers. Planet Nibiru, it's not the planet necessarily.
It's a planet.
I understand it's a planet, but that planet is orbiting a sun that's going to come
Right.
so close to us
Right.
that it's going to fuck our shit up.
No, it's the planet X that's allegedly going to come close to us, and it's like two planets coming close to each other. They're huge magnets.
But it's orbiting a sun.
It's
that's
orbiting
on
a
its
brown
elliptical
dwarf star,
orbit
right,
that's gonna
around
come
our
close
star.
to us within the next year. So
right,
that
but it's not the
saying.
star that's going to cause the upset.
It's the planet.
It's that one planet. There's like 7 planets that are. It's its own constellation.
Mhm.
This brown dwarf star, and the planet X is the one that's going to come closest to Earth.
Planet X
And they said
being
when it comes,
Nibiru, being
and they said it's
planet
4 times larger than Jupiter. So it's a
10. Just
huge
that planet,
It's a huge planet.
not the star. The planet itself.
Just that planet. It's either 4 times larger than Jupiter or 4 times larger than Earth.
Okay, so
But it's larger than Earth, and this is the way he explained it. He says it's gonna dip. It's gonna dip so close to the planet that we're gonna be able to see it like we see the moon. And when this happens, it's like a huge magnet.
That's just gonna
Anytime-
suck us in.
Anytime a huge magnet
Wait,
comes
just
in
think-
contact, listen. Anytime a huge magnet comes in contact with a smaller magnet, the smaller magnet's magnetic field gets thrown out of whack. It's you know what I'm saying. You
Well,
see it.
Because those
you can do
poles-
it.
mass
Well,
attracts
because the
mass as
massive
well.
there's a major magnetic field versus a smaller one, so it's always the bigger one's always going to win.
Mass attracts mass.
So what's going to happen is when it dips closest to Earth, at its closest point, it could cause the Earth to jerk. You see what I'm saying? And when it jerks, it's the actual mass, the tectonic plates of the Earth jerking. You see what I'm saying? So the new equator, the West Coast is gonna, right now we're perpendicular to the equator.
Yes.
Right? You see the West Coast
Yes.
is perpendicular to the equator.
Yes.
When
Oh,
this
that's right. You
happens,
told me this. The 90
when
degree.
this happens, we're actually going to be parallel with the equator, and this is all going to be tropical. Well,
Fucking A, we're gonna be
this is a-
Hawaiian, bro.
this is all going to be underwater, but everything east of the mountains is going to be tropical.
That's the problem with that. If you just think about the pull the moon has on our tides, just think about the pull the moon has on our tides.
Yeah.
Now, if something came like that fast and that quick, massive tsunamis,
If that
which
thing
can
is
also
that
trigger
big, though,
earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, correct?
if it's that big, it's just going to pull us in and make us a moon.
No.
And we
It's,
keep
it's not
four
going to.
times the size.
It's not going to come
Fucking
that
crazy would
close.
that
It's
be?
going to come
4
close enough
times
to
the
fuck us in the
size of
butthole.
Jupiter.
That's
4 times
yeah.
the size of Jupiter, and it's as close as the moon.
No, we're gonna be.
Say goodnight.
We're gonna be able to see it like we see the moon, which means that we're gonna be able to see it.
So
It's gonna be very far
we're-
away.
Okay.
But since it's so
4
huge,
times the size of Jupiter, but it will appear the size of the moon.
right?
In
yeah, it'll
whose
still be
orbital
pretty fucking far away.
rings will it be accessing?
What do you mean?
The orbital rings of each planet, how far is it going to come in?
Yeah, do they know how close it's
Is it going to
come
get between us and Mars?
I don't know, man. I really don't know.
Because
Where-
that
where at in
matters.
the solar system is it going to pass? through?
Allegedly, you can see both stars, but you can only see it from the southern hemisphere, which is why all these pictures are coming from
Okay,
Australia,
that's
Antarctica, like all those places like
That's
south.
because we can't debunk it from here.
That's an easy one to figure out. That's an easy one to figure out. We can look up how big
Fucking
Jupiter is.
Aussies.
We can look up how big Jupiter is.
It's like a fucking 400 of us and to
Okay.
one of those, even more than that, I think.
Now multiply that by 4.
I think it's like 2,000.
Multiply, and now we know how far away Jupiter is from our planet.
And we can't even see it without a telescope.
Okay, what I'm getting at is we know how big Jupiter is. We know how far away it is.
Right.
Take a planet 4 times that size,
Yeah.
and then do the math on how far away you got to move that away to make it appear the same size as our moon,
Right.
and then we'll know how close it is.
True. Yeah, you should probably talk to an astronomer because they probably know the most.
We can do that on a fucking calculator in Google.
Yeah, have fun with that.
Talking McGee's
Listen,
talking out.
man, who knows what's gonna happen? Hopefully, this shit doesn't go down,
I'm
man.
just going on the facts you gave
But,
me right now.
but-
I want to see how close this motherfucker's supposed to come.
Oh man, I'm still neutral on the situation. It's just crazy.
I can't
hope
worry
to
about
God
it
some shit
because
doesn't
I
go
gotta
down.
live my day-to-day fucking life and
It's-
try and raise my kids. And if I got that shit rattling around in my fucked up brain, I'm gonna have a fucking nervous breakdown.
Yeah. Well, you have until September of next year, so
Oh, great! A month before I turn
Next
42.
year.
September of
That
next year.
gives me that
Allegedly,
much time to like
allegedly.
move to the middle of the country.
But the weather systems are already going into whack, man. I watched this video and this meteorologist put a video up on YouTube.
Because we suck fucking dick and we're fucking up shit.
Yeah,
Because we're dumb.
there's that, and there's
Well,
the,
no, this
the natural
meteorologist-
cycles of
you know how there's-
cooling and warming.
you guys
but
know how
we're
the ocean
definitely
works?
Adding to it.
You guys know how the you guys know how the ocean works? There's like the ocean currents and they never change.
No, they change. They change all the time.
They're changing.
No, there's like currents that never change.
I
There's
know,
current-
but it's temperature ones, and they're moving different temperature waters into these other areas, and it's
Yes.
fucking up the oceans.
And then,
yeah,
Yeah.
Which
no.
one is the all icebergs? Antarctica or the Arctic? Where it's melting rapidly?
Antarctica.
Antarctica
polar
is
ice
South
caps.
America, right?
That's the South Pole.
Wherever the North
South
Pole is.
There's nothing in the North Pole.
There's a huge fucking glaciers. It's all covered in ice.
All right, listen, you fucks.
That's
Let
the
me
South
finish what the
Pole.
fuck I was saying. All right, this
Hold on,
meteorologist
'cause
just
Santa
put
Claus
up a
is in
video.
the North Pole. There's no actual North Pole. The South Pole is where
there's
Antarctica
an actual
is.
North Pole. An explorer found. I just listened to it.
No, they
on
actually
our
said no
po-
explorer
podcast.
has ever found North Pole, and if they have, they're a liar because there's like some weird shit going on up there.
All right, now you guys are just fucking with me. He wants
But the giant
2 more
ice
grams
and mass,
What?
of that oil.
land mass.
2 more what?
He's looking for like 2 grams.
Which one? Which oil?
Just regular fucking whatever you guys get. I think. Damn it. I'm sorry, you guys continue.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
First of all, motherfucker, liars. Both you liars.
bullshit. I know what I'm talking
There's
about.
a fucking North Pole. An explorer got to it. I listened to it on a podcast. It was a fucking Radio Lab podcast. I just listened to the other
Antarctica
day.
is the one, and that's the
That's
one in
where
the
the penguins
south.
are, in the
that's the
South
south. Yeah.
Why don't you ever hear anyone like venturing to the North Pole?
There's a northern passage.
Why don't
like,
you ever
it's
hear people
it's
venturing
just glacier.
to the
They
South
have-
Pole?
Yo, we do submarine fucking things up there all
But
the
it's
time.
not-
We're
Are
fighting
they
with Russia
public?
right now.
Are they available to the public?
It's
Are-
not like
Mount
you
Everest
think, like
is.
landmass.
Why isn't
like
It's
South
not a
Pole
landmass.
is-
It's all ice.
Yeah, but it's not like Antarctica, like ice. Like under Antarctica,
There's a continent.
yeah.
That's
I
not what
mean,
I'm talking about. At the North Pole, there's ice sheets, and the military fights over that territory.
I know, I understand what you're saying, but all I'm saying is like
Submarines are patrolling
it's
up there all the
interesting.
time.
It's interesting. Can a regular citizen go to the North Pole or South Pole?
If you got the fucking money and the means, yeah, because the guy did it in like the early 1900s.
Early 1900s. What do you find?
They're the North fucking Pole. And think
Is there
about
pictures?
navigating.
Where's the pictures?
Think about.
Where's the pictures?
I'm gonna punch you in the fucking forehead right now.
I don't.
Hey, I got some
I don't know, man.
fucking
I think this is
pictures
weird.
for
You don't
ya.
hear about the North Pole, South Pole. You always hear about people climbing Mount Everest.
Well, are you really looking for it? God damn it! If I wasn't so drunk, I'd find that fucking podcast.
You know what I saw today that was fucking weird? On my way out here, I was
Hey,
the
man,
sun. The
There's
sun.
a North Pole.
Hey, no, there's not.
All right.
Anyways, the sun
Look what I wrote.
casted HBO.
HBO oil.
There was a circle rainbow around the sun today. A fucking circle.
Like a giant
You seen
halo
it?
around.
Circle.
You seen it?
Life is like a circle.
You seen it?
I seen it.
They're reporting this a
I-
lot.
Seen it with my own eyes.
And what happened? What did it look like?
So
A circle.
Fuck,
I
man,
was
we're
on.
fucked, bro. We got to
What
move
is
to
that?
Eastern Washington.
224th.
We got to move to Eastern Washington, gentlemen.
Because that's the safest
and we have to get
place
rice.
to stop the tsunamis
listen,
here.
listen.
and
We have to
stay
get
away from the
rice.
super
We have to get
volcano.
oatmeal. We have to get water. Rice, oatmeal, water. We have to go to Eastern Washington. It's the only safe place.
Fucking seeds.
Indiana's not safe, man. It's going to be underwater. Tell your family to move up here to Eastern Washington.
I don't even know
It's
if
going to
that-
be safe.
They would just be like, we'll drown.
Is
They'll just accept their death.
My dad would say the same thing. Here's the thing, though. I don't know.
Fuck that. I got kids,
I
man.
know.
I got
They're-
kids,
they,
too.
Yeah.
I don't know
we're all
if
grown
Eastern
up.
Washington is safe enough because of Yellowstone and the super volcano.
Yeah, they're talking about that shit too,
And that's a
bro.
continent killer.
Fuck,
It's like we
I know.
need to head
so
to
we're-
South America.
yeah, we have to go to Ecuador. How are we gonna get to Ecuador?
God damn,
Ecuador.
We have to use your
I'm
money to
going
buy tickets.
Fucking Colorado.
I'll cash it
Fuck
all
you
in
guys.
fucking pesos.
No, they'll take American dollars. They're worth more, man.
Not when that kind of shit happens. Paper's gonna be paper. You're gonna need
Right.
You're gonna need silver and gold.
Silver. No, fuck gold. Just silver.
and
Because you can get more
gold.
silver. Fuck, man. So what does Halo look like?
Oh yeah,
You
that's
got me
what I was
worried
talking
now,
about.
man.
I forgot what I was
Shit.
talking about. Yeah, it was fucking weird. I was like, oh, there's a part of a fucking rainbow, but it was curving upward, and I was like, that's weird. So I was like, well, the sun's right there. I'm like, that's an arch. So I was like, so I looked over here, followed where it would be. Bam, there's one up here. I looked over here, and I could find the curve over here, and then I could find the curve down here.
Oh shit.
It didn't go where the horizon was to the horizon. It was smaller. It was the bottom of it was above the horizon. I could see the top, bottom, and the sides of the rainbow
Fuck,
over the
man.
sun. I was like, "That's weird." I was gonna pull over and take a picture, but I thought I could see it
God
here.
damn it, Josh. Take pictures, motherfucker. God,
Man,
first this is the beer and
like,
shit.
and
Then
I
you
was
see some
like-
shit with the sun.
I was driving my
Man.
car.
You probably did the right thing.
Well, yeah, I was driving, and then I was like, "Oh, we'll fucking take a picture when we get here." But then I tried calling you, and I was coming down these roads to make sure I was on the right road. And then I was, and there was kids and people walking. A lot of stuff happened between that
Right.
then and then.
a lot of variables involved. A lot of variables involved.
But it came on my mind. I was like, I gotta take a picture. I was like, I'll take that when I get out to their house.
Damn, man.
It was weird. I've never seen that before.
There's a lot of weird
There's
There's a lot of weird
I've
shit
seen it
going
around
on.
the moon. I've never seen it around the
Yeah,
sun.
yeah. I've seen the circles around the
I've been seeing the shit
There's a
around
dark
the moon.
moon out tonight, Lord. There's an evil ring around the moon. It always takes me back to that fucking Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves movie in the beginning. He's like, Lord, please don't go out tonight. There's an evil. There's a moon around the ring. There's a ring around the.
And he ends up with his eyes spooned out.
Yeah, they spoon my out. He's like, bloody Moors.
On this day in 1909, Robert E. Peary became the first person to set foot on the North Pole.
But it's
You
not.
wanted pictures?
Bullshit.
It's just a piece of ice. It's not really like Antarctica.
Right, but if you're following the magnetic pole through the Earth,
You
you
know,
found the
that,
exact
that,
point.
that constantly shifts.
Now, just imagine what a feat that is, though. Prior GPS.
Oh yeah, well
You know what I
that's
mean?
why. Oh, that's why they say they don't think
I
it was
mean, they got up
accurate.
there, their ship got crushed by ice, and they had to
Oh,
get out
they're-
on fucking foot.
They're crazy.
And keep walking.
They're crazy. Like I wouldn't fucking do that. Fuck a
No.
bunch of that shit.
All right, look, man, this is how it's going to start. It's going to start with an earthquake. All right, so as soon as we get an
It's gonna
earthquake,
start
this is
with
what
a
we got to
giant
do.
fucking light in the sky,
We got to
right?
come up with the point that everyone meets at. And then we all mob out together because we're going to have strength in numbers. There's going to be a lot of looting. There's going to be a lot of shit going on in the streets.
We need a
All right?
truck.
The
that
only
carries
way to
a
survive is
huge-
to band together. You
huge
understand what
tank-
I'm saying?
We need like bug out rigs with huge tanks of water, huge tanks of fuel, dry goods for food, our families, and all the bullets and ammo and guns we can carry,
Preferably at least 5 fleshlights.
and currency. Oh no! Listen, this is the apocalypse.
A piece.
There'll be chicks hitchhiking, bro, and they'll be glad to give them some pussy for a ride to safety.
All right, back to serious talk.
I thought that was pretty
Nah,
serious.
I think it's going to start with an earthquake, man. That's what's going to start
It's
shit.
gonna be tidal shifts.
It's going to be like a jerking motion. But
Could you imagine if that'd be like the worst earthquake ever. If the whole world fucking jerked? Are you kidding me?
no.
No, I'm just saying, how fucking scary would that be? All these trees just
I know. I
fucking
think
fall
about it.
over
I
like
think about
blades
it a
of
lot.
grass?
I think about it too much.
Huh?
I think about it a lot, bro.
No, I'm just saying, like, all these trees would just fall over like blades of grass. We wouldn't even get a chance to fucking hit our bug out bags.
We wouldn't. We'd be fucked. At
And
least,
especially
at least
if-
everyone west of the mountains. Everyone
it's
east of the mountains,
anything-
they're gonna be all right.
Yeah. If it's
But you
anything
gotta
like
be down in Pullman. You can't be by the. He said you can't be by the Columbian River or the Columbian.
no
Columbia
water sources. yeah.
because there in Washington State there's a nuclear plant right there, so you don't want to be
Hanford.
anywhere near that. He says so. The closest place in Washington. This guy breaks down every single state.
It's the closest place to the super volcano in Washington.
That's kind of true too. Like we're
Yeah.
driving right over a pass right next to the mountain that can
Yeah.
fucking just.
Yeah, well, that's what he said too. He
So
said you have
that
to worry
means-
about Mount Rainier because it's an active volcano.
So we get over
And
early.
and it's the biggest volcano. So you said you're going to be fucked by Mount Rainier. You're going to be fucked by
It's
the
bigger than-
hurricane or the tidal waves. You're going to be fucked by a whole bunch of shit in this
Tsunamis.
area.
Tsunamis is a
Tsunamis.
big one. Could you imagine a tsunami that washed all the way this far, like up in Puget Sound and shit?
That's whenever I was doing that wind turbine shit. They had that earthquake shit in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I called home because
thing?
yeah, they were talking about there might be a possible wave hitting Washington. I called fucking home and was like, "You need to fucking watch the news. Holy fuck."
Yeah. Well,
Because I just didn't know. I wasn't even here.
do you remember seeing the footage of that tsunami in Japan with whole houses moving across water on fire?
It was ridiculous. It was
Yeah.
fucking. I couldn't believe the ocean just came on land. The ocean just came on land.
Yeah. I've got a friend that lives over there in Osaka with his wife. Grew
We-
up with him my whole life here.
We think that just because we haven't seen this type of shit in the last 100 years, we'd have pictures and videos and shit.
Yeah,
or the
that's
last
a snap.
200-300 years.
That's
You
a
know what I'm
snap of your
saying?
fingers.
We think, nothing's going to happen.
We get this.
Oh, we're gonna be all hunky dory.
We
I'm
get
gonna
this-
wake up tomorrow morning and brush my teeth and masturbate and go to work and come back and watch Game of Thrones and then masturbate again.
I feel like you're directing that right at me right now.
No, the Game of Thrones thing. Yeah. I've been seeing so much shit on Game of Thrones. Everyone fucking talking about Game of Thrones, man. I've been so tempted to watch that shit, but I can't get myself to do it because it's like so much. It's like 9 fucking.
Well, we get-
It's a lot.
It's
I can't even watch it.
6
It's so boring.
10 episode seasons.
It's so fucking boring.
I admit it's hard to get into. I almost tapped out.
And I
after the
like
first
Spartacus.
season. Well, Spartacus is a complete. Spartacus is porn with severed limbs.
I loved Spartacus.
I watched every season of Spartacus.
Well, after the second season, wait, what was it?
The Gods
the
in the
second-
Arena was dope when it went.
Second
like,
was
the
badass.
prequel one,
Yeah.
when it was about
third
when the,
sucks.
when the guy
Yeah.
died and they replaced him. with
The
a new
original
guy.
one was dude, and,
Yeah.
and they didn't stick with the same guy from the second one.
Well, because the first one was he died of cancer. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, but they could have stick with fucking the
They
guy
coulda
from the second
CG'd him.
one. They could have just stuck with the guy from the second one and just fucking been like Spartacus, blah 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 blah.
Instead of picking a new.
Instead of just
All
following
right, hey,
Spartacus.
how about this, guys? Fuck what you guys are talking about. How about that UFC 200 card? Man.
I'm excited.
I can't believe none of the fights have been canceled or nobody's pulled out due to injury yet. Honestly,
Don't fucking do that.
that's July 15th, correct?
9th, son.
July 9th?
That's next weekend,
Son.
bruh.
We got to get together and watch that.
Yeah, we're all gonna throw down. Do you?
Oh no! I got a spot. I said Irv will do it at his house. He bought the brand new 55-inch Samsung curved TV.
Oh, what?
I said I'll buy the pay-per-view.
Who?
He's like, bring whoever you want. So you,
Who?
our friend Irv from JWD, Anton Downs.
He just bought a new house. We
Yeah.
used to work with him. He's a machining buddy.
Is he cool?
Yeah, he's cool as
the
fuck. He
coolest,
raps. He's a
sweetest
rapper. He's
fucking
dope.
guy.
Irvy Bond. Shout out to Irvy Bond.
Yeah, he's the
Oh, I
sweetest
just-
guy in the world.
He-
I just don't
uh,
like people. You know that.
He's
You'll love this guy. He will make you feel
Where's
at
he
home
from?
within the first fight.
He's from Trinidad, yeah.
But
Well,
he
hey,
will make
hey,
you feel
hey,
at home within
hey,
the first
don't
5
get their
minutes of
accent
meeting him.
mistaken for Jamaican because I did that before and he got
Jamaican.
He's not
mad. He got
Jamaican,
mad. He
yeah.
says,
He
"Hey,
got mod mine.
we're not Jamaican."
I'm from fucking Trinidad, you
Trinidad.
piece of shot.
Yeah, similar accents.
I can't say this on the podcast, but I just want to show you something from Irv. He was having some stomach trouble.
Yeah,
He had a doctor's appointment.
yeah. Let's not talk about this shit on the podcast, bruh. Just got. Oh God.
Just read.
Yeah, I see it. You gonna show?
He was having some stomach problems, so he had to go to the doctor.
Oh,
But,
Freddy's.
if you guys are down, Josh, he's the sweetest guy in the
Nah,
world.
he's cool,
Tell
man.
him.
Yeah,
Well-
yeah.
well-
Irvy Bond, man.
Fucking. I was hoping
You can
do
meet us
care-
here. I'll drive us
well,
all there.
East side to Compton.
Do you know Dier next T?
No.
From the lounge?
Yeah, they want to come through too, man. so
Well,
we're gonna all roll out together.
Well, because we closed down, like I'd like to fucking have them come over.
right,
Oh.
right, yeah, yeah.
Or
yeah.
maybe well,
We
they
used to
just
work-
got that big
I used to work
TV.
with them, Dier
Irv
and
would be
XT.
cool with that. Listen,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
how cool he is with it. He was
Yeah.
like, I got 4 bedrooms. You guys bring sleeping bags. You can crash out if you get too drunk.
Oh, yep,
Yeah.
definitely. Oh, yo, if it's next weekend, I have my girls.
So what?
I'll roll through, but I ain't.
You're not staying with the girls.
I'm
Just
not.
don't.
I'm not gonna be drinking.
Yeah, just don't be
Just
drinking.
do here, then let's just come here then.
You know what? Honestly, I'm.
Well, let's just come here
Hey,
then.
Hey, hey. Sorry, Irv. Sounds like we're watching it here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Live from the
because
It's all
compound.
good, man.
yeah, because
Yo, tell Irv to come out here, man.
He's not coming out here because he's got a video game party thing going on there next weekend too.
Yo, what's
girls-
the exact day?
I seen it.
I said it.
So I don't know who's. Anyways,
UFC
fuck you
200.
guys.
Pull-
Anyways,
did you pull up the
so
card?
yeah, I got the card here, but it's only showing like
thought it was
fucking
August.
5 fights. It's not showing all of them.
You're on UFC.com.
I'm on the fucking UFC app. It's not very
Okay.
good. It's not very good. Ain't gonna lie.
You know they did.
I ain't gonna lie.
They do themselves a disservice with the app and the Fight Pass.
Yo, so
Yeah,
what's the
like-
exact day, man?
Well, the Fight Pass has got some good shit. I mean,
it's
because
getting
it's
better
pretty
now.
much like
getting
everything almost you want. But like, fuck.
Yo, they had the Fedor fight on Fight Pass, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they do
Got that ass
kickboxing on
whooped. Still won,
Fight
though.
Pass, correct?
What?
They do
Yeah.
the kickboxing on
Yeah.
Fight Pass.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Fight Pass isn't
When it
for as
first
much as
came
they
out,
want.
It was
Yeah,
rough
yeah,
as fuck.
yeah.
Like you couldn't, I couldn't log in. The streaming would fucking be glitchy.
He's got bit, bruh. Fuck. All right, what's the exact day? Is it next weekend?
Oh yeah, it's the 9th.
Fuck.
July 9th. Oh, that's
All
not
we'll do it
right.
here.
All right, let's
Yeah,
do that.
that would be right.
You can have your kids. Your kids are comfortable here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Josh, if you want to bring your kids, even and your wife.
Yeah, I'll ask, but I don't know about all that.
I'll run a bar.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Like, I don't want to deal with that bullshit. I want to have fun. What you talking about, Willis?
She can come out here and do whatever she wants, man. I'll even cook.
Oh yeah, here
We'll
we
barbecue.
go.
Ooh, I'll buy some food. I'll buy
We'll
some.
barbecue.
Let's do some
So
carne
Jim
asada.
Miller,
Let's do
we
some
got-
carne asada with some fucking.
some Jim Miller
Are you
versus.
starting at the top?
Nope, I'm going from. Let's go to the. Let's go from the bottom to the top. Started from the bottom. Now we're here. So Jim Miller and Takanori Agami.
When is Takanori Gomi gonna fucking retire? Jim Miller. He was at one time.
I was
really
going to
close.
ask when he's going to retire.
Yo,
Same here, but at one time he was really close to getting to that belt. But
He's
now
getting there,
he's
but,
just
like-
he's just like kind of a gatekeeper,
He is.
kind of a consummate veteran at this point.
yeah,
And he's
exactly.
and
There you
it's
go.
known now that he's never gonna make it.
He's just
the
there.
belt.
Like if you can beat him, then you know
Right.
you can you stand a chance in the UFC.
But Takanori Gomi has never ever done good in the UFC. He's not been good since he was.
Most
in
of
Pride.
those, like I'm not gonna
But
lie,
he was
most
the
of these
Fireball
Asian
Kid,
dudes,
right?
dude, I don't know. Most of these Asian guys they bring in, they're like, oh, they're in Pride and all this. Like, nah, I've never seen a single Asian dude along the likes of like this, like of some dude I have no idea, but he came from Pride and was a great fighter in Pride, and Kim's in here, and
Right.
it's just I've never seen a single one of them do a damn thing.
You know what a lot of that is? The drug testing. Even some of the top guys in Pride came over and didn't do so hot. Vanderlei got smoked for a little while.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
Vanderlei's been knocked out quite a bit.
Gegard
Musaki.
Musasi and Diego Santos.
Thiago Gegard Musasi's no joke.
No,
I don't know about Thiago Santos. I'm not familiar. Oh, I'm familiar with him.
He looks kind of familiar, but I'm not too sure. I think he's got some tattoos on him that you'd recognize. That should be a decent fight.
Yeah. Are these the Fight Pass ones?
Yeah. Now, these are
Diego
just all of
Sanchez
them.
and Joe Lozon. Holy shit.
That's gonna
You
be
can't ask for a
yeah.
scrap.
That's a retirement
Better than
fight
that.
right there for both of them.
Joe Lozon a little less
What-
little less brain damage than Diego Sanchez.
What the
we got
fuck are
stopped
you
a bunch
doing?
of times, though.
What are you doing?
I got bit like 3 times by the same fucking mosquito, I think, man.
All
I think
right.
I got it, though.
All right, let's get back out of here. Yeah, that'll be a good fucking
That'll
fight.
be a good fight. Yeah, I think Lozon will submit him.
And I know Sage
Sage Northcutt
and
versus.
Enrique Marin.
So that's going to fucking Kendall, right? Sage Northcutt's gonna take that one.
Dude, isn't that dude like 20 years old? Something stupid.
I hate that they don't show the age anymore. Yeah, but yeah, he's like 19 or 20. He finally lost a fight, but he had strep throat. He went in that with strep throat.
Yeah, I was watching
antibiotics and shit.
the MMA hour today, and he was on there, and that's what he was saying. He was
Really?
like, I was still sick.
Because did you see the fight? It looked like he tapped really early, and it's because his throat was so fucking sore and swollen
Yeah.
that apparently he's just like, he fucking tapped.
And TJ Dillashaw is back at it with Rafael.
Sunsao.
Yep.
Is he on that same card?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This is all the same card.
So okay, you missed out a little bit. So okay, after
You was talking shit
Diego,
about Cody Garbrandt.
Garbrandt.
so Sage and Enrique Marin are fighting also.
So that's going to Kendall.
And
Sage's
then,
gonna win that.
Yeah, then TJ and then Rafael Sancio.
And Uriah Faber already dismantled Rafael Sunsao, I believe.
Oh, Faber did?
I think so.
Well,
I think-
Faber did and Dillashaw did.
Right.
Because Dillashaw's got that kryptonite style, that cruise style.
He's got that cruise style, and he's like 10 years younger than fucking Uriah.
shit.
Johnny
Fucking mic was
Hendricks
off.
versus
Kelvin Gastelum.
Gastelum is a wrecking ball.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
if he
guess what?
shows up, but same with
it's
Hendricks.
crazy,
If
man.
he shows up,
Johnny Hendricks is a wrecking ball in himself. And what weight is that at? Because weight's always been a problem.
170.
That's always been the problem for Johnny Hendricks, is making that weight.
That 170?
Yeah.
What about GSP coming back? Ooh.
We're not. Let's finish 200 first, and we'll talk about that.
Kat
Kat Zingano,
and Juliana Pena.
Juliana Pena. That's Misha Tate's girl.
Is that?
I'm
Yeah.
going Cat on that bitch.
I don't know.
Juliana Pena is the one that won the Ultimate Fighter.
Juliana
on
ain't
Misha
as good
Tate.
as y'all think. She
No, she's
doesn't
not. She's
have
not.
the power. She
She's
doesn't
not.
have no power.
Kat Zingano's got them hands too.
Kazangano's gonna win that fight. Juliana Pena, I like her, but she don't have no power. It's
Kat
almost
Zingano
like,
has hands. She's more of a wrestler, right?
Yeah, but
But she's
she'll
got more
ground and
hands
pound
than-
the fuck out of you.
Fuck, man.
and then Kane and Travis.
I got Kane 100% in that. Travis Brown has looked
Horrible.
Not the same lately.
He's
His
looked
last few
horrible.
fights.
His last few fights. He was on such a wrecking fucking. I was
When
like,
he was-
dude, this guy's gonna be fucking. I'm like, oh
I
man.
thought Travis Brown was a dude, but then
I heard
got,
he switched camps.
Yeah.
I heard he switched camps.
That's yeah.
Did you hear what Fabricio Verdun said on Ariel Hawani MMA Hour this past
what'd
week?
he say?
He said Verdun said Travis Brown is. He said he looks like lion until he gets hit, then he looks like chicken.
That's
I was like, oh
that's
shit.
fitting to Brock as well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna give Kane. I like Travis.
I did
And
too.
there for a minute when he was tearing it up, but I don't know what.
Bro,
I guess
when he
changing
knocked
that
out
camp.
Stefan Struve's head hit the ground. His feet came off the ground, and his head hit the ground before he folded him over like a piece of paper.
Dude, he was kicking people. He was kicking people out. He was punching people out.
Yes.
Or like
Who is this? Who?
Travis Brown.
Oh yeah.
But dude, I don't know. Maybe it was that
Switched
changing camp.
camps,
Or
and
maybe
then
it's
I think
Rhonda. Maybe it's the girlfriend.
Could be Ronda too.
No, it's his chin. He's just getting. He got hit too many times. He can't.
No, he's not been knocked out
He
a bunch of times.
Who?
He
Travis
just-
Brown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he has a glass chin.
No.
Nah,
He was
really.
wobbled. What was
No.
his last fight?
That's what we're talking about. His last two were like horrible. But before that, oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no,
And-
it's just
and
recently. I mean, I wouldn't say
and-
recently, but
And in his last two, he won one or two by decision, but he just looked real like he couldn't pull the trigger, like he was trying to put some things together that he'd been working on that he didn't quite have down yet, and he was hesitant.
how old is he? He's still young, right?
I couldn't tell
They
you.
don't show you the stats. They don't show you
The age aren't in the
fucking
stats
website
anymore.
Oh, they took it off.
Yeah, they don't show it until the night of the fight.
Really? Because
Yeah.
betting, that might sway bets.
Well, betting, you think you want all the
The night of
you
the fight, they
fucking
put the
get.
ages on there.
When they announce them when they're in the cage, they say 32
Oh.
fighting out of.
Kane's only lost twice. Can you believe that? In the UFC?
Yeah.
What was that?
Dos Santos
Brock?
knocked him out once.
Yep, that was his first loss, I think.
And then Fabricio Verdun just beat him down in Mexico City.
Yep.
And King gassed out the first round.
Didn't Brock beat him once?
No,
They
he
did-
whooped Brock's ass.
Yeah,
Twice?
Whooped that ass.
Twice?
Yeah. I don't know about twice, but once.
I'm
And
pretty
then
sure they fought
Overeem-
twice.
No, Overeem was. I think you might be thinking about Overeem.
No.
I'm talking
Brock
about
Lesnar
before
didn't-
Overeem
Brock
was even
Lesnar
in the
only fought-
UFC.
Brock Lesnar didn't fight anybody twice,
No, yeah,
except for Frank Mir.
Frank Mir, and then
Man, I
yeah,
could have swore he fought Kane twice
Mm-mm.
nope.
because I thought it was 1-1,
No.
and then
Fuck.
Jose
No.
and Frankie Edgar.
Because his
Frankie
Kane's
Edgar.
other losses to Verdun.
Frankie's gonna pull
Right.
it off, baby.
Frankie Edgar versus Jose Aldo, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be fucking man. And as much
As I love Jose Aldo.
I used to not like him,
Yeah, I've been following him
until
since the
fucking
WEC.
Connor, and like I fucking can't stand him. So like I like Jose now.
You can't stand
You
Conor
can't stand
McGregor.
I
Conor
fucking
McGregor.
can't stand
So
him.
that's you-
McGregor.
That's the dynamic. It's like
I
you love that guy
can't
or you fucking hate that guy.
Love
But
that
either
fucking
way,
guy.
him.
That's what shot him to the top.
I love that guy.
But I've been following Aldo's. Did you just watch WEC? By
He's
any
doing his
chance?
job
I saw
well.
a couple fights
He's doing his
in there.
job well.
That's where he first got the
yeah.
belt.
He
Connor's
was doing his job well. He was doing his job
He needs
well.
to. No, well, he
was.
he.
I believe he's a very smart guy,
Oh man.
and I believe
I get bit by a mosquito. I like
Quit being a bitch.
I swell up instantly, man.
mosquito's not a good podcast talk.
Fuck. It's
Do you guys
irritating the shit out of me.
you want to pause it, and move it inside?
We got 2 hours, bruh.
So okay, let's get back to this. So
All right.
I believe
We'll just
Connor's
finish up.
very smart, and he went out and he tried to fight Nate Diaz. Like Nate Diaz was a 145 pounder, and he was putting everything to his shots like he was gonna knock him out.
Yeah.
And when Nate ate that,
he didn't respect it.
he gassed out, and Nate got him to the ground. And guess what?
I don't think it had
He
shit
tapped
to do
out.
with weight. I think it had to do with his ego. He's like, I'm going to
Yep.
knock this motherfucker out.
And Nate,
Yeah.
And apparently that he doesn't know who. Apparently he's not a UFC fan because he would know that fucking. I don't think anybody has anybody knocked Nate Diaz out.
oh yeah,
Choked him out, but knocked him out.
Nate Diaz? Yeah, Josh Thompson knocked him out with a head kick.
One person.
I think so.
Anybody else? What
I
about
don't know.
punches?
He's got
you ever
like
seen?
10
You ever
losses on
seen?
his record.
No. I know he's lost a lot, but that's what I'm saying. The
But
Diaz boys
I know
don't
my-
really.
I know
They're
the
my
Josh
favorite
Thompson
two
one was
fighters
brutal.
in the UFC. The Nate
They
Diaz
don't.
brothers.
The Diaz boys usually don't lose from a knockout. That's what I'm saying. They
Yeah.
might get submitted or they
Yeah.
lose by points.
Or
It's
by
usually
decision.
by decision. It's almost always by decision, unless they win. Because they can eat a fucking punch. That's what I said about Nate. He can eat punches all goddamn day long.
Yes.
Connor is going to be too tired of throwing punches before he's even going to ever come close to fucking knocking Nate Diaz out.
He put everything
with a
into his
punch.
punches and gassed himself out. But
Through a head kick, maybe, it'd be a different story.
here's where I lost a little respect for Connor that night. Connor tapped as soon as that choke was sunk in. You know who didn't tap that night? Holly Holm. Holly Holm went unconscious in the same position, throwing fucking punches as she went out.
Trying to get out of it.
How fucking incredible was that, though? You know what I mean? Her instinct until if there was no refs, she would have died that night. And her instinct to the death was to throw punches.
Holly's still a fighter. Connor's a showman now.
And now I heard some shit. Don't quote me on this, but I heard some shit that now that the UFC's being sold, he's trying to get equity in the company.
Quote him on that.
You can go ahead and quote me on that. My name's Jay Dizzle.
Well, I mean,
Drinking too much of the fizzle.
that don't surprise me. I mean, of course, he'd be like, "Oh, I made it what it is." Like,
And he's
he just
balking
added
at
to it.
he's balking at the press shit right now for 202.
I mean, yeah, I don't know, man.
You-
I can't. It's hard to say
can't
you
run
lose
your-
a little respect for him because I mean he's accomplished a lot in a very short period of time. So it's and you know
On a
what?
game plan,
for anyone
correct?
who even
Hey,
steps in
man.
there.
I'm not saying he's one of my favorite fighters in the world. I'm just saying to see him tap it broke my heart a little bit.
Yeah, I mean you can. I mean yeah, no, well no he broke. That's what happened. He
Look,
broke.
if you
And it
come
broke
in,
me.
acting like this, and fucking, you go in
Acting like
coming.
that got him where he got him, though.
Okay, got it. So shut the fuck up and do your press fucking meeting, little bitch. Well, no. I don't want to fucking hear it. It's in your contract.
If it was-
Shut the fuck up. Are you taking the money? Are you taking the money?
If it was
Is
a
he
press-
taking the money?
If it was a press meeting,
Is he taking the money? Is he taking the money?
Nobody's taking any money until he fights. So if he gets pulled from the card, no money. So here's the thing.
Bye.
If it's the normal
Bye-bye.
If it's the normal pre-fight press tour, I get it.
Bye,
But
Felicia.
when they call you and you're in the middle of Iceland training and they want you to do some extra shit,
Because how did you grow your name? By doing extra shit and going, I don't fucking fight anybody here.
I'd fight any motherfucker here.
Anybody here?
Hey, last minute opponent change. I don't care. They're all the same.
I fight any
Like,
man.
I get it. And yes, yeah, I fight any fucking man. Any man.
There's not a man. What's that documentary? Knuckles or some shit?
Knuckles, yeah, that's dope.
Like I get it. Like yes, he is performing. But he's also he's using his mind game, whatever you want to call it. He's using his verbal skills.
His showmanship.
Okay, part of that is you're going to have to go and talk to fucking media because what do they love about you? Your showmanship.
Yeah.
That's one of
That's
the biggest packages of Conor McGregor.
But they could plan it when he's not in the middle of fucking
Hey,
training
I'm
camp.
sorry. That's what you're known for. Suck it the fuck up and man up. That's your game. That is his game.
That's the game he created.
There you go. That is his game.
Here's the thing. Give him 12 weeks to train and then give him a month to do the fucking press tour.
I'm crying. I'm shedding a tear for you. I have no
After this-
sympathy for this cocksucker
After
who
this,
makes millions
we're-
of dollars.
We're lining up. We're putting a mat out and we're all wrestling. This is going down.
Because
Feeling ganged up on over here.
no, I just like
Here's the stats.
when it's like, listen, if you're
No,
a
I
football player
understand.
and,
Yes.
and you're fucking Cam Newton,
And the
even
money
Andrew
Conor
Luck's my
McGregor's
boy.
making, hey, suck. I agree.
Yes,
Suck
I
it
mean-
the fuck up.
That's because that's how he got where he is. His fighting, but is his mouth.
Yes.
And think about it. Jumping up and running across the
I mean,
stage
I
and
see
taking
both
the
being a
belt.
bit diva.
I see both perspectives.
being a bit of a
man.
diva,
I see
right?
both perspectives.
I mean, if I come into the game, I'm Damian Mai and I'm known for my jiu-jitsu, but I don't ever take it to the ground. Or I don't do my jiu-jitsu. People are gonna be like, what the fuck? I mean, like, he's a badass motherfucker. Why doesn't he do that?
That happened with Gabriel Gonzaga, and he drifted away into nothing. Gabriel Gonzaga, black
Into
belt.
nothing. You can't
jiu-jitsu.
say nothing. Drifted away into nothing.
He fought
Didn't he
Randy
just
Couture for the title, and now he's like a middling level gatekeeper.
Didn't he just
Because
have a
he's-
fight? Yeah, that's
he
the first
did.
fight I've seen him in
He
a
got
grip.
stopped. He got stopped. But
In a grip.
But when he came up, He was
Gonzaga.
submitting people left and right.
But he has a gym like out in Minnesota,
Yeah, he's running a
or
fucking
Ohio.
gym.
He's
or
like a
some
gorilla. You guys ever look at him?
That
He's
guy
like a
is
gorilla.
a
He's like a
yeah.
legit.
gorilla.
Yeah, he's like a legit.
And he does have legit knockout
hybrid
power, but
gorilla.
his bread and butter is submissions. And he came up
the Samish.
and the submish. He built his way to that title fight with the Randy Couture by the submish, and then he got in there. And
he got in there, that's it.
And Randy took him out, and then after that, he tried to fight. You know what it was? I think after he knocked out Mirko Kralkup with that head kick, I think that flipped some switch for him, and he started trying to go with punches and kicks instead of working his ground game, and it didn't work out as well for him. His record suffered considerably.
Some people try to add. Some people try to add too much game to their MMA stuff, and they try to like
Give me
maybe
something
that might
soft
have
I can
been
throw at you.
that might have been part of his problem, like because he's so good in that one area that he's like, I'm just going to do all this from now on, and then he just focused on that in a fight, and
Yeah.
then try to even put him up against the cage and try to take him down at least a little bit.
Right. And he's been in some of the most boring fights I've ever seen in my life, too. Who's that guy he fought with the fucking dreadlocks? Was that Sokaju? Where they did nothing for fucking... it was a 3-round fight, so they did nothing for 12 minutes and 30 seconds. Gabriel Gonzaga.
Sokaju's a light heavyweight.
Okay, so it wasn't Sokaju. It was some other big guy with dreadlocks. They did nothing for 12 and a half minutes, and then fucking... I mean, literally fucking
Just
nothing.
dancing around the ring.
Where the ref was saying, all right, come on, action. At least move your feet.
They're both tired.
And Gabriel Gonzaga finally went out there, cracked him with a left hook, and that was the end of the fight.
Really?
And Dana White was like, that was the most bullshit fight I've ever seen in my life. I think I almost fell asleep. But he knocked him out, so he won the fight with a knockout, but it was the most boring fight because it was literally all 3 rounds, and right up at the end, he fucking caught him with a punch and knocked him out. So that looks good on your record, right? But that doesn't endear you to the fans whatsoever.
All right, what about Mark Hunt? Brock Lesnar.
What, go ahead, Josh. What do you think about that?
It just depends on who's going to do
pulling
what.
for in your heart? Do you want to see win?
Well, if you're saying by heart, then I obviously going to go for Hunt because he's a nicer guy.
Yeah.
But I want to see Brock fight again.
I do too.
After this fight, even if he loses, I mean, like that's why I want him to win. But if he doesn't win and he still gets a fight, I'm happy with that.
This morning, I was watching Faraz Hobby break it down. He says, essentially, if Brock can't get the takedown, he's fucked. If Mark Hunt gets taken down, he may or may not be fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he said, look for Brock. If it goes
If I'm
into the
rushing
second
to
and
the
third,
fence.
look for Brock to fade and look for Mark Hunt to knock his ass out.
And Brock's coming straight from the WWE with the drug test exemption.
Nah, he's getting drug tested.
Yeah, but he still doesn't. You're usually supposed to turn in 4 months in advance. And
I know, but it's like as soon as they said he's fighting, he started getting drug tested from that point forward. It's just he wasn't drug tested out all that other time. That's what it is. That's what the breakdown is. I was listening to Rogan break it down, and that's what the breakdown is. Is because once they announce the fight or like they sign the contract or whatever, he gets piss tests from that point until the fight. But all that other time that he should have, reported in and all that, while they were trying to get this deal done, the 4-month area or whatever, he didn't get tested for that. But once he signed the contract, he is getting tested from that point to the fight. Yeah.
And how many?
Because I was
times-
wondering that shit too.
How many times did it melt that fucking cup? Like the first couple of times he had to redo it because it literally melted the cup.
I know.
I heard it wasn't the steroids so much as that he admitted he had a problem with prescription painkillers because of
He's a wrestler.
because of the
Yeah.
just wear and tear on your body from wrestling 260 nights a year.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean,
so
all
heard
those
it wasn't
wrestlers are addicted to fucking painkillers just
Yeah.
because of the wear and tear on their body.
Yeah.
You're
Fake as it may be, you're getting fucking tossed 10 feet in the air down on the mats. And
ask any stuntman,
Absolutely.
I
how their
believe
body is after years and years. And these guys are performing twice a week. Monday Night Raw,
Yeah.
Thursday night is the other one.
It's something like
There's-
260 nights a year, and they're traveling around the country.
Yeah, it's literally there's 2 WWE shows a week. There used to be. It was like Mondays and Thursdays, and now it's like Mondays and Saturdays. So
I like Mark Hunt better, but even as much as a dickhead and douchebag Brock was back in the day, I did like Brock back in the day.
Let's look at this though. So Brock's been out for 5 years. Mark Hunt's been doing walk-off KOs for the last few fights. I in my heart, I'd like to see Mark Hunt knock him out.
Does he get him to the ground is the question.
That is the question. If Brock can move across that cage like a fucking lightning bolt, man. If he shoots across that cage and gets Hunt on his back, I think it's a wrap.
He's not going to have no overhand right. It's going to be a short hook.
Yeah.
I think Mark
As he's
Hunt's
coming
gonna
into
knock his block off, bro.
I hope Brock.
Mark Hunt's gonna knock his block off. I'm telling you right now.
Mark Hunt's gonna be prepared for that rush.
Yeah.
And Mark Hunt's gonna meet him with that fucking.
I mean, Brock's already won with his paycheck, first and foremost.
Yeah.
Right. He's already won.
And he's still got his contract with the WWE.
Whether or not he goes in there and wins or loses, I mean, it is what it is.
This is like a crossover.
That's just the icing on the cake if he wins, but
it's
I just want him to see him fight again.
Yeah.
Right.
Because even when he was in the UFC, when he was fighting against the right people, they were fun matches. Some of them were kind of fucking boring.
Absolutely.
Like the Carwin match, man, I just wish Carwin got so fucking tired because once Brock got him there on the side, and we did that choke there at Larson's, I showed you.
Yeah.
On the
that
side.
was Brock's first ever submission.
Yeah, like
that's Eric Larson's Pinnacle MMA.
Yep, awesome. And when we did that choke, that's exactly what he did, and he's so big. And like I'm watching the whole thing go down, and like Carwin's just so beat. He just let it happen because he was just so fucking worn out.
He said on the Hawani MMA hour, Carwin said at the beginning of that second round, he couldn't feel his legs. Like it was all he could do to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had nothing left in his legs. But he did throw a beating on Brock for the better half of the second half of that first round. A lot of judges would have stopped that, but Brock moved just enough to keep him from stopping it.
And he's just so fucking big when he gets you on the ground and those big ass hands.
Think about what he did to Frank Mir.
Those fists are like the size of our face.
Yes. And he planted them in the side of Frank Mir's head over and over again.
Yeah.
To the point where I was worried about fucking
fucked his ass up. All right, so what about the main event, man?
Oh, well, hold on.
We're not there yet.
Misha Tate and Amanda Nunes.
Oh, shit.
Cupcake. I gotta go Tate.
I can never bet against my girl Misha Tate, coming fresh from Tacoma, Washington.
Yeah. Wallop, son.
You understand me? You understand me?
Yeah, I'm on her side regardless. And Nunes is, a little different, but I like Misha.
I'm going Cupcake all the way.
She's my girl. And we talked to Lesnar. And then,
John Jones versus Daniel Cormier. There's so much material there.
John Jones says that his beef is childish. He says Daniel Cormier's beef is childish. The only reason why I don't like him is because he doesn't like me.
Oh, okay.
Because he
John Jones
he took that undefeated record. Took that shit.
John Jones has a very eloquent way of speaking.
He said
that's out of character.
He said he said John Jones says you can beat everybody, can't beat me.
Yeah, but I agree with what Josh said. I think and it's what a lot of people have been saying. Like John Jones, he's a poser.
He knows the right thing to say.
Yeah, like he's gonna say the nice and polite thing, and he just doesn't hide how much of a dick he is.
He's a politician.
Pretty much. And yeah, he is a bad motherfucker. I don't think he should have no interim belt. Bull fucking shit.
Yes.
Why would it be? Did he get an interim belt?
Yeah, he has an interim belt right now. Daniel Cormier has the real belt.
Yeah, they're gonna join him.
How do they even make Ovens St. Peru versus John Jones an interim title fight to begin with?
Because he never lost the belt. Yes, he fucking did.
I know, but Ovens isn't even a top 10 contender. Is he? What is he? Is he top 10?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean he fought
maybe,
for the belt.
Maybe even top 5.
Who'd he fight? Who was his last fight before John Jones?
I don't know, but he knocked him smooth out.
Yeah, I think you're right. I know he fucked up Shogun. I think it was Shogun. Fucking Shogun, man. He's been through wars, bro.
I can't believe that guy can still put a sentence together.
Vanderlei Silva. What?
Oh, my God, yeah.
The Pride Wars, man. That motherfucker used to go at it. Juice to the motherfucking gills.
So who do you guys got?
Got the tattoo on his head.
We don't even got to talk about who's going to win the Jones-Cormier fight?
It literally all depends on which John Jones shows up for the fight.
Like if he wasn't snorting coke and fucking banging hookers in his Bentley the night before?
I think he should be doing that the night before.
Yep.
Not the night before, but maybe 3
I mean,
weeks
or
out.
the night of, and the night after,
I'd like him a little sobered
and the
up.
second night after.
I mean, that
and
Gustafson.
maybe the third night after.
That oh, definitely after all week long.
After banging hoes and doing
But
coke off
that
of
Gustafson
pussy
fight, he
hoes.
said he trained like maybe 3
Bros.
weeks.
It showed. I still
It
think
showed.
Gustafson
Beat him.
got that by decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a little bit.
Yeah.
But if that's John Jones on no training camp, holy shit.
All I gotta
son.
say is Cruz versus Dillashaw. That was super close. But if they're gonna give Cruz the belt on that and not give
Dillashaw an immediate rematch.
because Cruz kind of lost the last 2 rounds of that fight.
I don't remember honestly.
I mean, yeah,
I remember it being really close.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, I think it's going to be a good fight, man. I think Daniel Cormier is going to come out and try to knock his block off.
Yeah.
He's going to come out strong. He's going to try and take him down, bully him. I think John Jones, I don't know, man. He might get knocked out. I'll say it right here, right now.
I know,
I'm a John
that's what
Jones
I'm
fan.
wondering.
I like that fact. I like the fact that he's out here, doing blow fucking these hoes. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying?
In a Bentley.
In a Bentley, doing
With
it
a
real
wife and
big, doing
kids
it
at
real
home.
big. He's a motherfucking champ. Give that man some hoes.
He's like, Cormier,
He's
don't
the
knock
king.
me out.
He's the king.
I got a girlfriend with a wife on the side.
Give that man some women. Those are spoils of war, gentlemen.
They're spoiled.
You understand what I'm saying?
okay, I'm totally fine. Revels all you want, and I'm all about the revels. But
Renegade.
But like people, these guys are role models, whether they want to be or not. All these fucking kids look up to him, and that's fine. If he wants to be that way, but UFC, don't make him the face of UFC. Make somebody like Tim Kennedy or somebody like
Kennedy,
Sage Northcutt
Well, they
or-
pissed Tim Kennedy off with his whole Reebok deal. He says, he says, skirt, fuck you guys.
or even Wonder Boy or
Wonder Boy would be-
Rory. I mean,
Wonder
GSP
Boy's good.
was an
Wonder Boy's
excellent
good, man. He
role.
talks good. He talks good on that Fox. And when he's on
all
Fox
these
on that podcast,
guys, they have good moral characters. They're not fucking just talking trash and shit and
Yeah.
fucking doing dumb
Yeah.
You know what?
shit.
You're right. There's not a lot of those GSPs Matt
Tyrone
Hughes
Woodley,
is around
he's good
anymore.
Mm-mm.
It's like if to get to the top, you got to turn into Conor McGregor and be kind of like a
Conor McGregor.
showman shit talker.
to get the shots, to get the coverage, to
Yeah.
get the money.
Which is too bad because they're turning it into the Kardashians and it's not
Well,
based
first
on
and foremost-
talent and athleticism anymore.
First and foremost, you gotta have the balls to do what Connor does. Not a lot of fighters.
I get that, but do
have
you want your
the
fucking
balls.
kids
You know
acting
who has
like
the
that?
balls? Chael Sonnen has the balls to do that shit. And you know what happened?
He straight turns it into a fucking
he
act.
lost a few, but he got motherfucking paid.
He did.
He got
And now he's got a very
motherfucking paid.
successful
He
podcast
showed
of his
Vanderlei.
own.
They were really beefing during that filming.
Yo, he made Vanderlei look
Tough.
dumb. Vanderlei
Yeah, but-
fucking shot on him and took him down and like Chael just kind of
Yeah.
fucking like held him off like a
Yeah.
little kid with his hand on his forehead.
Yeah,
I didn't
mean,
even watch that because it wasn't in fucking
It's
like
Brazil.
in
Ultimate Fighter
Portuguese.
Brazil.
Wasn't it in Portuguese?
Yeah, that's subtitled.
Yeah, but Shell was
Okay.
talking about it on his podcast, and he said I think it was after that happened, but he took Vanderlei aside. He says, man, and they're still filming, but this wasn't on the show. He says, man, you're fucking up the show, man. You're turning everyone against you by doing this shit. I'm supposed to be the heel, man. Let me do this shit. Like,
Oh,
you know what I'm
really?
saying? And Vanderlei's like, well, no, fuck you, Brazil, this, Brazil, that. And Chael Sonnen's like, wait, man, wait. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you my bank account. He pulls up his bank account on his fucking phone, right? He says, look at this number. And Vanderlei's like, whoa. Are you going to listen to me now? Vanderlei's like, yeah, okay, what do we do? What do we do?
What do we do?
Yeah. So, I mean, you have to know how to play the game, man. Muhammad Ali was the one who laid the game out.
I know.
Everyone thought that he hated George Foreman. I was watching The Herd the other day, and George Foreman was on talking about. Oh no, it wasn't The Herd. It was HBO with It was on HBO, but anyway, George Foreman came on and he said that everyone thought that or Muhammad Ali made it look like George Foreman and Ali hated each other. But he said, in all actuality, he says when Foreman gave Ali the fight, Ali was the one who actually needed that fight. I guess he needed money or something like that. And Ali called him up. He says, man, give me this fight, man. He's like, yeah, I'll give you the fight. And then Ali was like, I'll promote it, man. Trust me, I'll promote it. Just let me do my thing. And Foreman's like, all right, cool. And then he hung up the phone. Never seen him again. Never until the night of the actual fight. But during this whole process, Ali's promoting this shit, calling Foreman a whole bunch of names, a whole bunch of fuck yous all over Zaire, Africa, saying he's a fucking big old dummy, this and this and that. Everyone's thinking they hate each other. Foreman's like, he knows that he's just promoting the fight, but everyone's like really thinking that, oh man, these guys hate each other.
Well, and that's what it is. It's just you're promoting yourself in the fight.
Exactly. You have to know the game. Like to the public, yeah, you guys are talking shit to each other because you guys are gonna fucking fight. You guys are gonna have a real motherfucking fight.
When did Muhammad Ali ever go, I'm not gonna go do that press thing. This blah 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 blah. He was, come on in here. I'll tell you what's fucking going on.
Muhammad Ali was on a whole nother level, man. He was a straight up gangster.
But
first
I mean,
and foremost.
and that's fine. But here's the thing with McGregor, like he went against somebody and he lost, and he's like, okay, I need to focus on fighting and not running my mouth so much, which is fine and all fine and dandy. But like, you're the biggest number one fucking star they got right now. You are, like, think about it. McGregor pretty much is the face of UFC right now, because of fucking what he was doing.
Gone,
yeah, because Ronda faded and he popped up right after, and he's the top of the fucking. He's the face right now. So like, you know, I get it. You need to you want to focus on your shit, but hey, maybe you should have been focusing on your shit in the first fight. And because Nate Diaz don't get fucking punched out. He doesn't get knocked out by a punch. That one kick.
Yeah, man.
And the Diaz boys, it's usually by decision.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's usually, unless they win or, they get submitted, it's something crazy, but it usually goes by decision because
unless they submit because they got some jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, because they just fucking eat punches.
All right, man. I think we had a lot of content, man. I think we need to wrap this bitch up. We're
right.
2 hours in.
I'm good. I'm saying I'm about time to head home, so.
I'm 3 beers down. 4 beers down. All right. Peace, people. We're out this bitch.
Later.
First episode done. Yeah.